decades, college rugby has been built, not in stadiums, but on long bus rides, early mornings, and moments no one else sees. No fanfare, no shortcuts, just pride. But once a year, every year, the best come together, not just to play, but to prove something on the game's brightest stage. To their teammates, to their schools, to themselves. This isn't just another tournament. This is where seasons are defined, where legends are made, where you put it all on the line. This is the 2026 Collegiate Rugby Championship. One weekend, 144 teams, 8 national champions. Let's get it started.
Hello. Tito. Hello, good day. Tito, can you hear me? I'm seeing the game.
That's fine, play it! Fine. Get out to the edge.
Number 10. For Wisconsin with the ball, number 22. That's Kick Gangars. Taking in for the try, it's number 8.
Thompson's in the black. For this one, as Aquinas get themselves.
That was Aquinas call going in for the try. That was Samuel Whitmore up with the try. Aquinas College takes a 5-0 lead, 2.5 minutes into the first half. This is Mark Palmieri.
Big man.
Joining me today is Kelson Figaro. How you doing today, Kelson?
Oh, I'm toasty here where I am in a commentary booth here. And those a chilly, what I would call a chilly 65 degrees Fahrenheit there in Maryland, Soccerplex. But it's great to be here. 2 days, second day of rugby here at the Collegiate Rugby Championships. Excited to be welcome with the next level rugby team.
And the kick goes short. So 2 minutes into the first half, it's 5-0 Aquinas. We have a battle of the David versus Goliath here today on this On the premier competition bowl consolation game, we have Aquinas College out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, with an enrollment of 1,400 students taking on the Wisconsin Badgers from Madison with an enrollment of 30. The kick's taken there by Wisconsin, stolen away by Aquinas College. Set there nicely.
Oh, just coming from the side there. Is Wisconsin a bit too anxious as the play gets back going for Aquinas.
We have Aquinas College on the attack here. Heading out of their 22-meter line, number 10 breaks loose. And that's Liam Inman out to number 9. A nice offload there. Nice cutback by number 9. Marcel finishing. Nice cutback there again. Marcel running out a little bit of gas there. Offload to number 22. Nice cutback. It looks like Aquinas is going to take it in for another try. Nice bit of ball work right there, Kelson.
Trevon Mantis gets it going from Avion, Indiana. He's getting himself on the scorecard for Aquinas. They're going to have a double whammy quick in the first half. And they just rode the wave of danger by Wisconsin earlier. Big cover tackle back in their 22-meter area. And they just ran it back up the pitch almost 100 meters. Just returning the impetus there as they push themselves forward. I don't think the kick was successful. But they have themselves 2 scores up against Wisconsin.
The try was there by Trayvon Mathis. So Aquinas College out to an early 10-0 lead. 5 minutes into this bowl consolation match. It looks like it's a little cooler out there today in Boyd's, Maryland, Kelson.
Yes, these guys are going to have to, not as tiring as yesterday with the scorching heat. So today the nice cool shade will get them back underway.
So Aquinas kicks off, and University of Wisconsin lets it go into touch.
If it bounces over the 10, then it's fine. It's your line.
A little windy out here today, too. We'll have a line up to University of Wisconsin.
Yes, that wind will affect some of the passing here. 7's game has long passing spurts in it, and they need to control the ball in this ferocious weather, I would say. But great rugby pitch, great rugby surface here at the Maryland Soccerplex. We're at Field 10, Division 2.
Line out stolen away there by Aquinas. Offload to number 9. Looking to get it out. They got some space out there on the left side of the field. 22. Slowing up there, looking to make something happen. Offloads to 10. 10 with some jittery steps. Offloads to 22. And Wisconsin now coming up to attack. Set cleanly there by Aquinas. Number 10, that's Liam Inman with the ball. Taken at the base of the ruck cleanly. That's big number 8, Samuel Whitmore. And right now, this match is all Aquinas College. Little grub pick there by number 10. Finds some open space down the pitch. Trying to chase it down is Wisconsin. Picked up cleanly. Behind the 22, little grub. Wisconsin takes a quick tap out. Trying to make something happen here. Nice offload taken cleanly there by number 12 for Wisconsin. That's Emilia DePalm, and we have a penalty against Aquinas, taken quickly by Wisconsin, knocking on the door, trying to get their first try of this match, get back into the mix here.
Ferocious stuff by Wisconsin. They're going to try to take this one quickly, get themselves on the scorecard.
Another quick penalty here by Wisconsin. It's taken by number 6, Stephen McMahon, knocking on the door inside the 5-meter line to 12. 12 sets it cleanly. Should be right there for Wisconsin. Picked up at the base of the ruck by number 7. Good tackling there by Aquinas College. Knocking on the door. Can they get it in? Nice jittery move there by number 11 for Wisconsin. That's Eric Harris. Touching it down. And Wisconsin is on the board. Back in this game, Kelson.
Oh, Wisconsin made some hard yards there. They made it look so difficult, just the short crashes up the center, but it eventually drew in a lot of the Aquinas college players and eventually giving that man Harris the room to wiggle his way over. As we take a look at this replay here, big bustling stuff by the big man, just keeping it tight, and eventually the space opened out wide and Harris just one left foot step, left the defender for dead. He'd be looking back at that replay and being pretty upset as Harris strolls in for the first for Wisconsin.
And with that try, that ends our first half. Now we have ourselves a good match here. We have Aquinas College at 10 and the Wisconsin Badgers at a 7. And we'll be back for our second half in a moment.
It's been so much fun. I love getting to meet people from different schools and different experiences. It's been surreal with everything that we've gotten to do here.
I think my favorite memory has to be the flag bearing before the World Cup ceremony, like getting to walk out there with teammates and bear our country's flag before watching our country play in the World Cup was an insane moment for me personally. One of my favorite memories is probably the bus ride back after we won our first game. It was kind of quick right after we got here, but we bonded really quick with everyone and it was a lot of fun and we celebrated and had a great ride back.
We're getting ready here now for the start of the second half kickoff. We have Aquinas kicking off to Wisconsin. Taken cleanly there by Wisconsin. Nice tackle. Ball set cleanly. Going to the short side of the pitch. Little grub kick there. And into touch.
Yeah, the ball just not going Wisconsin's way.
We have a line out going to, I think it's going to be Aquinas' ball.
The ball not going to hand, just trying to fly hack the ball up the pitch. The referee seems to be Wisconsin ball may have come across a Aquinas player, and they're going to have the line out just inside the 10-meter mark. Sorry.
So Wisconsin with the throw in. And we have a penalty there against Aquinas, taken quickly by Wisconsin, trying to make something happen here early in the second half. Out wide here, a lot of space out here on the right side of the pitch. Little scissors there, taken by number 11. That's Eric Harris by the try earlier. Stolen away there by Aquinas, and number 10, that's Liam Inman. So the turnover could be costly here for Wisconsin. There's the big man, Samuel Whitmore for Aquinas. He's tough to bring down. The ball should be placed there cleanly. It is heading out to the left side of the pitch, looking for some space. Offload there to number 7. Good tackling there by the Badgers. There's the ball laying there cleanly. We have the penalty against Wisconsin for not moving away. Taken by 22 on the quick penalty. Nice offload to number 9. He's got some space to run. He's going to touch it down. Number 9, Marcel finishing with the try. Nice piece of ball movement there, Kelson, huh?
Denishan had his opposite number on his back, chase him all the way, and it started off the penalty giveaway there by Wisconsin. Quick tap and go by the Aquinas team, and they're going to get themselves further in front by some sharp work by the number 9 as he just pushed the lead forward 17 points, 15 points to 7 with the kick to come.
Kick is good. Now 17-7. Nice start to the second half by the Saints. Very important to get off to a quick start on these halves in sevens on Kelson.
Yes, it's important to keep your tails up and maintain pressure in a game of rugby. Just keep that big mental game going. The Queens are going to try to put some more pressure on Wisconsin with a nice high kickoff.
Taken there by number 9 for Wisconsin. That's Victor Vasconcelos. Wisconsin, little sloppy ball handling there. Now inside their own 22. Little pop kick, trying to chase it down. Gets a nice bounce. Little offload. It looks like probably should have held on to that ball. He threw it forward. Now we're going to have a turnover probably. It should be a forward pass. We have a forward pass, so that could be a costly turnover right there, Kelson.
Oh, Wisconsin just trying a bit too hard to get it going there. Didn't work how they would want it to. But to take a look at the replay, just wrapping around, trying to get around the outside. I mean, through the center, the chip over top eventually worked, but they're going to have to pull out all the stops if they're going to get back into this one.
Putting it now,
the halfway mark.
Number 9, Marcel Denishin. We got a penalty against Wisconsin, taken quick by Marcel, trying to make something happen here out to 10. Number 22, trying to cut it back. He run out of a little real estate there, but makes a nice cut back. Looking for some support. Nice ball handling there by Aquinas. And number 9 with a nice move, Marcel Denishin. He's going to take it in for the second try of the second half. And all of a sudden, Aquinas College is putting it to the Badgers of Wisconsin. So nice ball movement there again, Kelson Hunt.
Yes, started with the number 22, Gavin Thompson. He just got himself going into the back line of Wisconsin, and just a nice line from Denishin. Marcel Denishin comes over and finishes. Number 2 for him on the day, just pushing the lead further in front and just putting a stranglehold on this one. Just about 2 minutes left, and that's what the coach been wanting to see from his team. First match on day 2.
Aquinas with the conversion. Score now stands Aquinas 24, the Badgers of Wisconsin 7, and right now Aquinas in control of our first bowl consolation game in the Premier Division. So it looks like David is going to slay Goliath in this first match, Kelson.
Oh, rugby is who shows up on the day. Any team can win once they get possession and good cohesiveness. I see Wisconsin can't seem to get the numbers together, as the referee is going to come out with the cards here, intentional knock on. That's going to be a coach killer when you're in front.
So a yellow card for automatic intentional knock on. So Wisconsin's going to have a player advantage here, and it appears that Aquinas is going to be one man down for the rest of this match. Wisconsin needs to make something happen here. Nice take there by number 12. He's out into the open pitch. That's Emilio De Palma, and he's going to take it in for a try. He's going to dot it down right in the center of the post. And Wisconsin with the try. They should have an easy conversion coming up here, Kelson.
That's right. You see, the kicking game didn't really work. Eventually, Harris trying to get it off the boot, but back into the hands of De Palma, and he used one of his strong palms for himself to get through the gap. A 50-meter run after that. Long busting stuff, but he gets it going and just narrows the lead with a man advantage.
And unfortunately, they missed the easy conversion. That may come back to haunt them as time is elapsing here. But Wisconsin did put themselves back in the match here. Wisconsin get ready to restart. Right now we stand at 24-12, and it appears with less than a minute to go. Kick taken cleanly there by Aquinas. That's number 10, Liam Inman. Out to 7. They got some space out there now. Going down the sideline. That's number 12. That's Jack O'Malley. Jack can move pretty well for being a stocky lad. Nice take there by number 8. Nice offload. That's going to be out to Marcel Denishin, and he's going to take it in. That's probably going to do it here for this first match. Marcel Denishin, I think, with the hat trick in this match.
Yeah, 3 on the trot for Denishin. He's just getting the support. getting the support line going. Then he's just gonna put the nail in the coffin here for Aquinas, and they just win this first match on day 2 here comfortably so far. I don't think any much more time is left in this one.
There's the kick. The kick is no good. The referee has blown the whistle, and our first match of the day is in the books in Aquinas College. The Saints 29, the Badgers of Wisconsin 12, and we'll be back shortly for our second match.
It's been so much fun. I love getting to meet people from different schools and different experiences. It's been surreal with everything that we've gotten to do here.
I think my favorite memory has to be the flag bearing before the World Cup ceremony, like getting to walk out there with teammates and bear our country's flag before watching our country play in the World Cup was an insane moment for me personally. One of my favorite memories is probably the bus ride back after we won our first game. It was kind of quick right after we got here, but we bonded really quick with everyone and it was a lot of fun and we celebrated and had a great ride back.
Hello and welcome back to the College Rugby Show. The fall season is upon us. We have a brand new division, now 4 men's divisions, 4 women's divisions. We've had that in 7's. We're going to be coming to you once every other week here in this video podcast form.
I'm excited for a season of telling college rugby's best stories.
We deserve to be here. We're going to keep, representing.
That was, to me, the biggest testament for the future of the game.
We wanted as a team to get experience. It was something that we sat together last semester in the fall, and we decided, it would be beneficial getting to see different parts of the culture that everybody has here and how welcoming everybody was has been a real.
Consolation in the Premier Division. We have Fairfield University from Fairfield, Connecticut, taking on the University of Rio Grande from Rio Grande, Ohio. The Red Storm taking on the Stags. Kick taken there cleanly by mishap there by Rio Grande, now retreating, trying to make something happen there in their own end. Hold on tackle there by Fairfield University. Ball, a little sloppy play here. Referee blows it up.
You're just a bit high on the tackle there. The referee's not happy with the height of the tackle. Legal height is under the shoulder as the play gets back going.
I was processing as I went.
Rio Grande trying to make something happen with another penalty. They take it quickly. Offload there, try to get some space on the sideline. Sloppy pass, goes into touch. We're going to have a line out. Line out taken quickly by Fairfield. Good tackle there. Nice take there by number 16. That's Thomas Morales. Ball at the base of the ruck. Picked up cleanly out to 19. 19 trying to make something happen. Fake scissor. It looks like he's going to take it in for the first try of the match. And that is number 19, and unfortunately, we don't have his number.
Well, we see
Fairfield takes
sharp play there. Sharp play on the breakdown there, come around the outside.
Fairfield takes an early 5-0 lead. Number 15, Archer Fenton, with the conversion. Let's see if he makes it here. It's good. Fairfield University out to the early lead, 7-0. Fairfield University getting ready to put it back into play. Kicking it to the University of Rio Grande, the Red Storm. The ball must travel 10 on the restart. Nice high kick. Taken there by big number 2. Big number 2 for University of Rio Grande, now making something happen. Offload there. We're going to have a knock on the University of Rio Grande. Nice opportunity there for the University of Rio Grande, but the knock kind of hurt him, Kelson.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. Really trying to get themselves into this game. About 4 minutes left in the first half, and they want to start day 2 off with a bang. Just losing the sight of the ball. They're just probably keeping the hands down, man down, they say. But the scrum into they're just inside Rio's half of the pitch, and they're going to have to run the 50 meters to get the score on the ball.
Fairfield University with the put-in, having a hard time handling the ball. Retreating. Looking to make a kick here. That's number 19. Nice tackle there by Rio Grande. Rio Grande has some big boys out there. They have a penalty for not releasing. Quick kick by Fairfield. Nice offload to number 16. Offload to number 8. Ball there at the base of the ruck. Number 16 digging it out. Fairfield again knocking on the door. Sloppy pass. Comes off his knee. Letting play go. Some good defense being shown here by Rio Grande. We have a penalty against Fairfield University for not releasing. So we got a little sloppy play out there going on right now, Kelson.
That's right. We were trying to get themselves back in by putting shoulders to bodies, and it's eventually worked for them, and they're gonna have to run a deep out the 10-meter area to get themselves back into this one.
Some sloppy pass again there by Rio Grande. They can't get any cohesion going. They're breaking down the sideline. Those number 15. Nice tackle, good hustle there by number 1 for Fairfield University. That's Nathaniel Ryan. Taking in the touch. We're gonna have a line out to Fairfield University. We are 5 minutes into this first half. Fairfield University clinging on to a 7-0 score. Right about midfield there. We have another penalty against Rio Grande. Rio Grande shooting themselves in the foot with some silly penalties right now. Quick penalty taken by Fairfield. Ball placed cleanly at the base of the ruck. Nice offload to number 16. Off the 15. Got some numbers out there. Tight side of the field. Oh, a nice run. Good set there by Fairfield University. Winding down here in the first half. Tries their back sloppy pass. Now the referee blows it up. So, University of Rio Grande having a hard time getting some cohesion going here right now, Kelson.
Oh yeah, the player just slipped there. The Fairfield player slipped on the pass, just knocked it back, a double knock on. And really and truly, just to get the first game jitters out of the way and just get it going. Rio needs only down 7 points and lots of time in it. So they have tons of time on the clock once they get the mental right to get this back going. And they need to lead from the front, the captain and leaders on the pitch to get themselves back up with some positive play.
So we have number 14, Zolan Walker, putting it in for Rio Grande. They win the scrum down on the short side of the pitch. Now trying to go wide. A lot of space out here on the left side. May have created some space here. Let's see. Up, sloppy pass. Nice pickup. Some good defense here being displayed by Fairfield University. And the referee blows the whistle. We have an offsides on Fairfield, taken quickly by Rio Grande. The Red Storm trying to make something happen here just inside the 50-meter. And the referee's digging into her pocket. And we have a yellow card against number 1. That's Nathaniel Ryan for Fairfield University. And with time running out in the first, Rio Grande is going to have a man advantage and it's going to carry on over into the second half. Let's see if they can put something in here as the half winds down. Taken there by number 12. Sloppy pass picked up cleanly by number 22. He's a big boy. Now the referee blows the whistle. And that is the end of the first half. Low-scoring first half here. Going into the second half, it's the Fairfield University Stags 7, the University of Rio Grande Red Storm 0. And we'll be back shortly for the start of our second half. Match for the Bull Consolation game. We have the Stags from Fairfield University clinging on to a 7-0 lead over the Red Storm of Rio Grande. Rio Grande is going to kick off, moving left to right to Fairfield. Opening kick taken by Fairfield, number 15. Down the field, grab kick down the pitch. Goes into touch. And we're going to have a line out on the opening possession. Line out going to Rio Grande.
That's a great option there to kick it down the field, using the wind to just push the ball deep down, and they're going to try to put the pressure on Rio for them to run an odd 80 meters up the pitch.
They gained a lot of real estate on that kick there. Rio Grande putting it in on the line out. Taken cleanly there by Rio Grande. Offload pass. We have a whistle here.
Oh, seems to be a free kick. The ball didn't travel the regulation 5 meters of the throw. So I think that Fairfield is going to get it. And the kick that they take is
Number 8 takes it.
giving some fruit.
Quickly. We're going to restart that. Number 15. Archer Fenton takes a quick penalty. Trying to gain some space here. Nice tackle. Looks like he might have knocked the ball on the tackle.
Solid defense there by Rio. Just dislodging the ball in the tackle. And that's the break that they needed to get themselves some sort of possession in this one. They're trailing by 7 points. They need to do something fancy. They need to do something quickly. They need to do something right now.
So we have a scrum down here to the Red Storm of Rio Grande. As Kelson said, they need to make something happen here just in front of their own 22-meter line. They got a lot of space out to the left side. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. We have number 9, Michael Grice, putting the ball in. The referee blows the whistle. Sees there's something she didn't like. Giving them some instructions. We're going to try this again. Again, Fairfield University is down 1 player from the yellow card that occurred at the end of the first half. Let's see if Rio Grande can take advantage of it. Ball taken out cleanly, but it skips through the legs of the fly half, number 10. That's T-Ball Carrier. Offload to the big boy, number 15, trying to gain some space on the sideline. Good defense being shown here by Fairfield, but he slips the tackle. And now all of a sudden, Rio Grande is on the march. Taking ball, taken cleanly at the base of the ruck. Got plenty of space out here to the right. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. Nice run there by number 12, some sloppy tackling. He busts away. It looks like he's going to take it in for the try. Good way to get started for Rio Grande. He's going to be able to down that ball right underneath the post. Great action right there by Rio Grande, Kelson.
It's that man, William Spencer, taking it all on his back there, just pulling his team going. Had the extra runner on the inside. If we take a look at this replay here, on the inside channel was Bobby Ward waiting for it, but he wasn't needed. I see William Spencer just shrugs and busts his way through and taking the game by the scruff of his neck to get his team back into this one.
The conversion was good. Very important to touch that ball down in the center of the post if you can. And we have the try scorer, William Spence, limping off the field. And 3.5 minutes into the second half, Rio Grande has tied this all up. Fairfield still one player short. And now that's just ended. And they're all back up at 7 aside. So we're going to have, I think, an exciting second half here for the completion of this match, Kelson.
That's right. Tries changes games, and Rio just got the try to level the game, and maybe they'll raise the ante and just raise the mental to get themselves going and push themselves over the line here, all to play for at the Collegiate Rugby Championship.
We have the restart, and the referee blows the whistle. I think we might have had a knock on the restart. Looks like Fairfield University is going to have a scrum down in between their 22 and the 10-meter line there. They got plenty of space out here to the left side. Let's see if they try to take advantage of it. We are close to 2 minutes left in this second bowl consolation match. And we now have a free kick to Rio Grande. It's an opportunity here maybe to put a try on the board before this second match is over. He might be able to take this, win this match here. Some gang tackling there by Fairfield University. Sloppy pass picked up by number 3. That's Matty Duddy. And now Fairfield on the march, and we have the whistle on the play. And we have an injured player down there. So time is running out. Let's see if either one of these teams can put something together and win this match, Kelson.
Yep. Rio just trying to get themselves back into this one. Fairfield solid on the tackle as we see the offload gifting the ball back to Fairfield. But unfortunately, Rio has a player down in the center of the pitch and he will need some sort of treatment. Health and safety first. As you see, he gets back to his feet. It seems to be the big man. Carrere gets back to feet here. The number 10 for Rio, and he'll be helped off the pitch. And the referees themselves in the middle for this one is Sydney Ramgula, and she's in charge as they're going to have a scrum to reset and restart this one.
So we have a scrum down awarded to Fairfield University. Let's see if they can make something happen here. Put something together. They got a lot of space out here to the left side. Scrum is taken. Scrum gets twisted around. And we're going to have a free kick to Rio Grande. Taken quickly. They have an opportunity here as time is winding down. Nice offload. And that's taken right down the left side. And Rio Grande with the try. I'm trying to see the number on the player that scored the try. So Rio Grande takes a late lead. It looks like this match might be winding down. Right now it's Rio Grande 12, Fairfield 7. Looks like Rio Grande might have pulled this one off, Kelson.
And that's what we talk about tries, changes games. As you see, that try just woke up the Rio Grande team. And they're elated, it seems, with that performance. 12 points to 7. Just probably one more kick left in this. And that's what we talk about, come at the man. As you see, the big number 4 for Rio Grande getting the score. That's Kamaki getting the one going for them.
So it looks like we're going to have one more restart here. So Rio Grande will be kicking it to Fairfield University. Does Fairfield University have anything left in them? Or not? Nice high kick. The referee's blowing up. We have offsides on the kick. That could be costly right there, Kelson.
Oh, just overexcited for that play there and giving Fairfield opportunity to get back into this one.
Take a quick kick. Little scissors there. Offload to 20 on the short side of the pitch. 19 trying to gain some ground. Good tackling there by Rio Grande. Ball coming out left. They got some grass space out here. Number 8 trying to make something happen for Fairfield. Fairfield's got to keep this ball in play. They can't have a turnover. They can't let it go out of bounds. Try puts them back in the game. On the short side of the pitch, they're running out of real estate to run. And it looks like Rio Grande's trying to get them out of bounds. Referee letting them play. A little sloppy there. Fairfield in possession. Pass taken over the head. Picked up by 15 all of a sudden. Fairfield losing their momentum, and they're moving backwards. Just outside their own 22-meter. Good tackling there by Rio Grande. And now Fairfield inside their own 22. Nice offload there. He's got some real estate down the sideline looking to find somebody to support him. Nice offload, but taken on the interception there by Rio Grande. We have a penalty against Fairfield. Like it's going to be a high tackle, and I think they can be able to take this and kick it out of bounds. And that should wrap up this match. Let's see what the referee does here. This match is over, and the Red Storm of Rio Grande holds on to defeat the Stags of Fairfield University 12-7. Rio Grande hung in there, Kelson.
That's right. Rio Grande really come in on the second half, and again we say tries wins games, and that second half try really got the first one, really got them going, and that eventually pushed them over the line. Great work by this man in this bold consolation game.
We'll be back shortly for the start of our third match on field number 10 from the Maryland Soccerplex in Boyd's, Maryland.
We wanted as a team to get experience. It was something that we sat together last semester in the fall, and we decided, it would be beneficial getting to see different parts of the culture that everybody has here, and how welcoming everybody was has been a real highlight for me too.
We got a lot of guys that come to Northeastern all around the country and have different levels of playing, and they become lifelong friends by the time they leave Northeastern, and these trips are kind of where those memories are built.
It's an absolutely great experience. I would highly recommend. A lot of planning involved, but if you get it done, it could be some of the best moments of your life.
In a sport of power and precision, you need a powerful and precise camera. Analyze your game. Build your team. Grow together.
Ready? Up.
Video captures moments.
Women's Division II Championship. We have the Arkansas Razorbacks versus the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. Arkansas attacking in the black and red uniforms. Coastal Carolina in the light blues. This is the opening match of the Women's Division II Championship. Coastal Carolina taking a quick line up. So we're switching up here a little bit, Kelson. We're going from the men to the ladies. This is the first ladies match of the day for the Division II Championship. I'm anxious to see how these ladies put it together. What do you think? Line out taken there. Knock on. We're going to have a scrum down here awarded to the Razorbacks of Arkansas. First scrum down of the day. First scrum down for these two teams. We have number 8, Gracie Summit, getting ready to put it in. In the center of the pitch, we'll have the option of going either right or left. Looks like their backs are lined up to the right. Ball out of the scrum. Out to 17. 17 to 4. 4 moving it down the pitch. Can't get her down. Offload it here to the right. It's number 15 to Garland Groves. Stolen away there by Coastal Carolina. Coming out with it, number 15. That's Kariah Scott going down the side of the pitch. Looking to offload. Nice offload at 18, but a sloppy pass there. Turnover to the Arkansas Razorbacks. Cut back there. Set cleanly there by Arkansas. Going out left. A little sloppy pass there. Looks like we might have a knock on. Referee is letting the play go. No, she might have blown it up. So we're off to our first match here, Kelson. A little sloppy start for these ladies.
Yes, it is. Just trying to get their feet wet in this competition. The men started on Friday. The women start today on Saturday. As you take a look at the replay for this one, the ball just dying short of the player there. On a hard ball to catch at any level. And unfortunately, she was unable to get hold of that one.
So Coastal Carolina wins the scrum down. It's number 9 out to number 15. They're knocking on the door, trying to get the first try of this match. Tight on the sideline there. Some gang tackling there by Arkansas. A good tackle there by number 15. Coming over the top there. Referee letting play go on. No. Called diving over. Coastal Carolina with a quick take. And the referee blows the whistle. It looks like we might have a yellow card for a high tap. Right off the bat, Arkansas is going to be playing shorthanded. Coastal Carolina with a woman advantage here. And they're bringing the ball up to where the infraction took place. Quick take by Coastal Carolina. That's number 7, Cassandra Sorella, knocking on the door. Into touch. So Arkansas knocking on the door. Coastal Carolina knocking on the door. Let's see if they can keep the pressure on Arkansas and get the first try of the match. Arkansas with the line out here. So right away, Kelson, Arkansas shorthanded.
That's right, Mark. Arkansas playing a bit short there. The player tackling, not retreating 10 before the tackle. Professional foul, you'll say, just trying to slow the play down. So they'll be short, but they have possession deep inside the half. Let's see what they can do with 6 women on the pitch.
Line up taken there by Arkansas. Looks like we have I think it might have been a knock on or something occurred in the line out, but not a penalty. But now we're going to have a scrum down. Scrum down awarded to Coastal Carolina. The referee, I think, is going to bring him in more to the pitch, to the center of the pitch. There they go. So Arkansas is a woman down. So they're playing 6 against 7. A big advantage here right now for Coastal Carolina on the scrum down, knocking on the door. They got a lot of space out here to the right. Let's see if they can make something happen. Ball pops out of the scrum, picked up cleanly by Coastal Carolina, out to number 7. 7 cutting back, a little bit of space there. The ball should be there. Picked up cleanly by Coastal Carolina. The ball was held up. Nice defense there by Arkansas. I thought they might have had one there, Kelson.
Oh, the big bust and run there by Sorella. She thought she was over, but a couple of red shirts were around her. 5-meter scrum to Arkansas, and they are doing well with the player down. As you see, Coastal Carolina gets to put in one more bite of the cherry to get themselves a score before the yellow card is up.
We got a lot of real estate out here to the right. 16 directly behind the scrum. She can go either way. Looks like they're going to take this scrum down cleanly. 16, 7. They'll offload there back to 16. Good tackle there by Arkansas. Arkansas forces a turnover. They're digging for the ball. Referee blows the whistle. We got a knock on Coastal Carolina. So the scrum down is going to go to Arkansas. Coastal Carolina knocking on the door there. Kelson just can't put it in.
That's right, Paige Burns just knocked it on in the contact. She didn't protect the ball on that occasion, and that can come back to haunt them as they're not taking their opportunities when they got it. That Karaya Scott out on the wing, if she could have gotten it, scrum time to Arkansas.
Arkansas wins the scrum cleanly, running out of real estate in the right head pitch. Number 15 can turn the corner. She has some good speed on her, number 15. Oh, drop, taking off the rod. Running down the sideline, number 15 for Arkansas. Garden Groves must have stepped out of bounds. And that ends our first half. So our first half is in the books on the Division II Women's Championship. And we are knotted at 0-0. And we'll be back shortly for the start of our second half.
In a sport of power and precision, you need a powerful and precise camera. Analyze your game. Build your team. Grow together.
Ready? Up.
Video captures moments. A powerful camera for a powerful sport.
Rugby!
If you're on the fence of going on a tour, get over the fence. Go on the tour, reach out to Rugby Travel Ireland. They've been incredible to work with. They've been so kind, so knowledgeable, and just so professional throughout the whole process. So I cannot endorse them enough. It's been an incredible experience here on the ground. The girls are having an amazing time, and so am I. So if you're thinking about it, just make the commitment, do it, and we'll see you here. We are having a rugby tour in Newcastle, England with the All-Americans from NCR, and we're having an incredible time. So these tours are so incredibly important for our All-Americans because they get to up their skills by having coaches that they don't normally work with, teach them new skills, new drills, new ways to apply their points of difference in the game. They get to experience a new culture out here, new foods. I'm sure most of them haven't had beans on toast ever, and they're definitely experiencing that here, but they're also getting a chance to watch players that they look up to playing in the Women's Rugby World Cup here in
No score in this first match. A little bit of spacer. Nice open field tackle there by Arkansas. That's number 21, Sienna Morris. And the ball taken into touch by Coastal Carolina. So we had a defensive battle in the first half, Kelson. Let's see if these girls can open up and get some tries going.
That's right, Mark. Just need a bit of continuity by both teams. Just need to pull the pieces together. First game for them on match day 1, they're going to have to build their strength and build their confidence and just trust in everything that coaches has drilled in them throughout the season to get this one a bit more interesting of the play.
So Arkansas loses their scrum down, and Coastal Carolina has some space. That's number 13, Sierra Kramer, with a nice run. A lot of space down the sideline. Let's see if they can catch her. They're not going to catch her. And Coastal Carolina, a minute into the match, has their first try. She dots it down right under the goal post. Nice run there by Coastal Carolina. They created a turnover by winning the scrum down. And Coastal Carolina is on the board. So nice speed showing there on that run, Kelson.
That's right. As we take a look at the replay there, Kramer just showing a great pair of heels to get around the outside, and that's what we were speaking about earlier, trying to create the mismatches, either size, speed, strength, to get themselves over, and Coastal Carolina did just that.
Paige Burns, she converts the conversion, so it's now 7 Coastal Carolina, Arkansas Razorbacks 0. So it's nice to see some offense taking place right there, Kelson, early in the second half. We have the restart there by Paige. Arkansas chasing it down, under some pressure there, trying to make something happen. On the tight side of the pitch there, kind of all bundled up, places it cleanly. Arkansas with the ball. Good defense there by Coastal Carolina. Right now it's all Coastal Carolina all over Arkansas at the start of the second half. Arkansas trying to make something happen. Good open field tackle there by number 14, Jessica Hamilton. Referee blows the whistle. We got a knock on. Good defense there right now by Coastal Carolina, Kelson.
That's right, Mark. They're just putting tons of pressure on Arkansas. After that try, they really boosted their confidence, and they're in the red zone, the spot where you don't want to be if you're defending, and they're going to have tons of room out wide if they can get the ball back into the hands of Kramer, see if she can make a repeat of the first try.
So Erilyn Layton puts the ball in for Coastal Carolina. They go short side. Nice offload to number 7. That's Cassandra Cirilla holding on to the ball. Out to 14, looking to create some space. And it's out there to number 13. She's going to be hard to bring down. Let's see if she can take it in, and she's going to take this in for a try. And that's Sierra Kramer with her second try of the match. And she's going to be a handful for Arkansas the rest of this match, Kelson.
That's right, Mark, and that's what I said. Get it in the hands of the power as you look back at a big, strong fend by Kramer. And she has the size, she has the power, and she has the speed. A lot of sideways running by both teams in this one, and Kramer just straightened the lines up perfectly to get themselves back in front, extending the lead with a kick to come.
And that conversion is no good. That's Sierra Kramer. She's a good-looking athlete, huh, Kelson?
The Kramer, 5'6", 154, and she's going to use that entire frame to get herself over and really power anyone smaller than her.
So we're down to less than 2.5 minutes in the second half. Both teams are now at full strength. We get the restart going, taken cleanly there by the University of Arkansas, trying to create something happen. A lot of space down the pitch. That's number 4 for Arkansas. Sabine's coach can't take it all the way, offloads and then knocked on. Unfortunately, in a turnover there. Arkansas trying to make something happen there and just couldn't get a clean pass off. And now we're going to have a line out to line. Missed opportunity there for Arkansas right there, Kelson.
That's right, Mark. Sienna Morris just unable to catch the ball, a bit too low on the bootlaces for someone sprinting, and it's going to be a put-in for Coastal Carolina.
Put in by Erilyn Layton. They take it clean. Trying to get it out. Trying to get out of their own 22. I think we have a forward pass there. Turnover there by Coastal Carolina is going to give Arkansas another opportunity to try to put some points on the board as we're under 2 minutes in the second half of our match between Coastal Carolina and Arkansas. So
that's
Arkansas
right,
needs to make something happen here, Kelsey.
That's right, Arkansas has little time left in this one. 1.5 minutes is acres of time in the game of 7's, and they have the perfect opportunity to strike off the scrum.
Taken cleanly by Arkansas. Offload to 17. We're going to create some space. Nice tackle there by number 7, Cassandra Cirilla. Arkansas getting a little sloppy there. Good defense by Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina, they're bending, but they're refusing to break. Nice set there by Arkansas. Taking at the base of the ruck by 8. Out to 2. And we got number 10 trying to get some space here to see if she can turn the corner and take it in. She does, but she steps out of bounds. So Coastal Carolina playing some good defense there, keeping Arkansas out of the try zone. Time is winding down. This might be our last possession as Coastal Carolina gets ready to put it in on the lineup. Good defense shown here today by Coastal Carolina, Kelson.
That's right, Jessica Hightower from Rogers, Arizona, trying to get around the short side. Unfortunately, the touchline was her enemy, and she just denied opportunity there.
Lineup taken cleanly there by Coastal Carolina. Arkansas trying to dig it out of there. Referee blows the whistle. We have a penalty taken quickly there by Coastal Carolina. We have another blow of the whistle, not releasing the ball. Arkansas takes a quick penalty, trying to make something happen here as time is winding down in this second half. But Arkansas in possession of the ball, looking to get a try, at least to put some points on the board in their first match of the day. It's getting a little sloppy there. We have a penalty again against Coastal Carolina for diving over the ball. Referee letting the play go. I know time is running out here. This might be the last set piece. Quick penalty taken. Good tackle there by number 11. Coastal Carolina has that defense. I don't think they're going to give up a try in this match. And we have a knock on there by Coastal Carolina, by Arkansas. And this first match is over, and it's Coastal Carolina 12, the Arkansas Razorbacks 0. We'll be back for our second match in a few minutes.
We are having a rugby tour in Newcastle, England with the All-Americans from NCR, and we're having an incredible time. So these tours are so incredibly important for our All-Americans because they get to up their skills by having coaches that they don't normally work with, teach them new skills, new drills, new ways to apply their points of difference in the game. They get to experience a new culture out here, new foods. I'm sure most of them haven't had beans on toast ever, and they're definitely experiencing that here, but they're also getting a chance to watch players that they look up to playing in the Women's Rugby World Cup here in England, which is incredibly important for them to see these people, because if you could see it, you can be it, and we are so happy that our athletes can see the Eagles, and I know they also want to be the Eagles, so this is a massive opportunity for them.
Consistency on 3. 1, 2, 3. We usually do a shorter sevens trip. We usually do a shorter sevens trip in the spring, but nothing abroad that
Start in the blue, right? We're back for our second match of the day for the Division II Women's Championship, and we have North Carolina Charlotte kicking off to the University of New Hampshire. Ball taken there by the University of New Hampshire. Okay, I'm sorry. Charlotte is in the black. They have possession of the ball, trying to make something happen here on the initial kickoff. And we have University of New Hampshire in the blue and the University of North Carolina Charlotte in the green. green and black, in possession of the ball. We have a penalty here, not releasing. And University of North Carolina, Charlotte, retrieving 10. And no, University of North Carolina, Charlotte, in possession of the ball. It's going to take me a minute here to get used to the colors here. So University of North Carolina, Charlotte, in possession of the ball on the penalty. Nice open field tackle there by New Hampshire, creating the turnover. And then we have a tackle here. We have a timeout, number 21 for the University of New Hampshire. That's Megan Heffron. She was thrown down.
We usually do a 7's.
That's right, Mark. She just taken by the waist and just slammed headfirst into the floor there. And I'm sure the concussion protocol will be set out for her as she's taken a bit of time to get off the floor. That's not what we want to see in this version of rugby here.
Yeah,
Mark, we always want to be safety
right
first.
That looked pretty painful right there, Kelson.
Yeah, concussion protocol in full effect. The player's been taken care of, just making sure everything is all right. With the injured player, head injuries are taken very seriously as she eventually gets it up onto her own 2 feet and she's walking off on her own. So that's great to see. As the ball is going to start back again, it's going to be University of Carolina, Charlotte to get the put into the scrum.
Okay, we're right back in action here. We got we have New Hampshire with the scrum down in the center of the pitch. They have their backs out to the left. They can go either way. Let's see if they try to cut across and go to the right side of the pitch. Referee's giving some instructions there. They're getting ready to go. Minute and a half into this match. New Hampshire with the ball. Little Sousa there, nice open field tackle by Charlotte. Number 10, trying to create some left side. Not releasing the ball, letting them play on. Let's see what the referee's going to do here. Penalty awarded to Charlotte. Charlotte with the quick take. Charlotte trying to make something happen here. The 49ers. Ball stolen there by New Hampshire and a turnover. Both teams a little sloppy here in this opening first half. Nice cutback by number 9 for New Hampshire. That's Tobias Godinez. New Hampshire in possession at the halfway line here. Number 10 breaks 3 going down the left sideline. Taken out. Keeps it in bounds. And the referee letting them play. Looks like he went into touch. The assistant referee has the flag up. So action's a little sloppy here right now initially, Kelson.
That's right. Great run there by Elizabeth Breeby, the winger from Burlington. Almost getting on the outside there, popping the ball back inside. Sarah White unable to pick the bouncing ball up, the unpredictable bouncing ball of rugby. As you see, the ball gets us back on the way from the line out.
Taken cleanly there nicely by the University of North Carolina, Charlotte. Trying to get something going here. Defensive battle this first half. Good open field tackle there by Tobias Godinez. New Hampshire in possession. Knocking on the door inside the 22-meter. Got some space out here to the left. Number 8 in control there. That's Olivia Chow. Knocking on the door to see if they can make something happen. Nice spin there, moved by number 12, and she's going to go into the try zone uncontested. She should be able to dot it down right underneath the post, and that's Sarah White with a nice spin move there. And the University of New Hampshire, New Hampshire is the first one on the scoreboard. Nice move right there, Kelson.
That's right. Big defense there. Eventually, firstly by University of Carolina, Charlotte, but just spinning around is White, and she's going to get her try. She was denied earlier with a low pop pass, and now she got her reprieve with a try of her own.
The conversion is good. So we have University of New Hampshire 7, University of North Carolina, Charlotte at 0. And we're about 5 minutes into this second match. 5 minutes into the first half. New Hampshire will restart it. Kick is going to be taken there by number 8, Olivia Chow. And let's see if UNC Charlotte could put together an offensive surge here. Oh, on the kickoff taken right off the bounce by number 9 for the University of New Hampshire. What a play. See if she can set it there. And all of a sudden, University of New Hampshire is quickly knocking on the door. They have some space out here. 12 to 10. I think 10 is going to turn the corner. She touches it down. Nice try there, scored by Elizabeth Breeby. Nice ball handling by Sarah White. And just like that, the University of New Hampshire is on the board there. What a nice play in the kickoff there, Kelson.
That's right. Started with a kickoff, and the number 10, Breeby, is going to get her reward. She had a big outstanding run earlier in the half, and was just denied by an errant pop pass, as a conversion is also successful, and they really have their tails up now in this one.
Quick score off the kickoff. University of New Hampshire, the Wildcats, 14. The University of North Carolina, Charlotte, the 49ers looking to get on the board. We have the restart coming up right now. Taking the kick will be Olivia Chow. Let's see if they try for the same thing again. It's kicked in deep into the 22 zone of North Carolina, Charlotte. They have their backs to the wall. Let's see if they can make something happen and get it out of their end. North Carolina Charlotte player refusing to go down, kicked away there by number 9. That's Kayla Harding into some open space. University of Hampshire, that's Elizabeth Breeby retrieving inside the 10-meter line there. Got some space to run down the left side of the pitch. Gaining a lot of real estate here. Looking to offload, picked up cleanly by number 12 out to 15. Offloading to number 9. She has some space. Let's see if the tackle can be made. She slips the tackle. And Tobias Godinas is going to take it in for an easy try. And that's 3 unanswered tries right there by the University of New Hampshire as our first half is running out. So first half has been all University of New Hampshire, Kelson.
That's right, and the speed advantage was in favor of New Hampshire. As the Aya Smith unable to stop the speed going around, which is Godinas, as she wraps around on this near side to add a 3rd try before the half.
And that is the end of our first half. It has been all the University of New Hampshire, the Wildcats, with a 21-0 advantage.
We usually do a shorter 7's trip in the spring, but nothing abroad that I've been a part of. So this is a much bigger step up for everyone. You learn a lot, the players learn a lot. They learn about themselves probably more so than anything else, but it's a great way to get the guys coming together. You know, we had a mix of A-side, B-side, forwards, backs, experienced, unexperienced, and they're all a lot closer now than they were before. From the game, from the experience, from seeing a new country all together. It was great. It's great to see them all come together.
It's been so much fun. I love getting to meet people from different schools and different experiences. It's been surreal with everything that we've gotten to do here.
I think my favorite memory has to be the flag bearing before the World Cup ceremony, like getting to walk out there with teammates and bear our country's flag before watching our country play in the World Cup was an insane moment for me personally. One of my favorite memories is probably the bus ride back after we won our first game. It was kind of quick right after we got here, but we bonded really quick with everyone and it was a lot of fun and we celebrated and had a great ride back.
Hello and
Charlotte, the 49ers kicking off to the New Hampshire Wildcats. New Hampshire Wildcats with the commanding 21-0 lead. Let's see if North Carolina Charlotte can make something happen here. Ball kicked down the pitch. Let's see if UNC Charlotte can run it down. No, it's kicked away there by number 10. That's Elizabeth Breeby. She's going to take it in for the try. And right off the bat, New Hampshire gets on the board again. So University of New Hampshire has a lot of athletic girls on their teams, Kelson.
But right, it started with a great kick there by Olivia Shaw. She got the real estate needed, and eventually it was that lady Braby who gets onto the back end of it and just adds her second of the match.
The kick comes up a little bit short, but immediately the Wildcats of New Hampshire puts points on the board, and the University of North Carolina Charlotte really has their backs to the wall right now, Kelson. There by New Hampshire to restart after the try. Offload there. We have advantage being played. We're going to have a knock on. We have a knock on here by the University of North Carolina Charlotte. New Hampshire in possession of the ball again. Scrum down. Scrum is going to be taken by Zoe Glenn, just outside the 22-meter line. And New Hampshire looking again to put points on the board. Ball at the base of the ruck. Offloaded to 8, out to 15. And we have a whistle on the play. It looks like we might have had a forward pass. So we have a scrum down to the University of North Carolina Charlotte. The 49ers trying to make something happen here at the beginning of the second half. And it's been all the Wildcats of New Hampshire in this match. Let's see if the 49ers could put something on the board. We lose the scrum down. Referee lets him play on. New Hampshire in possession of the ball. A little sloppy there right now. Referee letting him play. And we have a penalty going to be awarded to New Hampshire. And North Carolina Charlotte laying on the ball. Tapped through the mark by number 20. Getting out to the right. That's number 1 for the University of New Hampshire, Sam Byrne. Once again, the Wildcats knocking on the door. Ball out left, out to number 12. That's number 12. That's Sarah White. Sarah White's in for, I believe, her third try of the match. She has some really nice, quick feet. She's hard to bring down. And New Hampshire adds to their score.
That's right, Mark. Take a look at this one there. Child gets the ball out to White. White shows a dummy and just brushes off the tackle of her opposite number. And she streaks in for number 2 here on this one. Just pushing the score, pushing the lead, and just holding their dominance. New Hampshire with a solid grip of this one.
That Sarah White has some quick feet. She's very elusive. So we have New Hampshire getting ready to restart in total command of this match. Let's see if the 49ers of North Carolina Charlotte can put something on the board. It would be nice to see these girls put some points on the board, Kelson. Kick is scooped up there by North Carolina. Charlotte just having a hard time maintaining possession. Another turnover in favor of New Hampshire. New Hampshire looking to put more points on the board. That's number 1 with the ball. That's Sam Byrne. She's hard to bring down. Nice tackle there by Isabella Escato-Gata. But New Hampshire remains in possession of the ball. And we're going to have a forward pass, though, by New Hampshire. So we have a turnover, and we're going to have a scrum down here to University of North Carolina, Charlotte. Still hoping to make something happen.
That's right, Mark. Charlotte has possession now. They're going to have opportunity to get themselves going, down by a number of tries, and they just need to pick their heads up. Remember, the winner goes up, the loser goes into another bracket, and you need to get yourself a victory in order to get your hands onto the cup of this one.
Kayla Hardy putting the ball in for the 49ers, opting to the short side of the pitch. Good open field tackle there by New Hampshire. Referees playing advantage, letting it go on. Turnover there. We've got a high tackle. Not release. We have a high tackle penalty. Letting them play on. Quick penalty taken by number 20. Referee blows it up. So a little confusion going on here right now, but we're going to have a scrum down, it looks like.
Oh, the referee just saying no clear release on the tap. Oh, that's pretty harsh by the referee there.
That is harsh. Okay, we have the University of North Carolina Charlotte with the scrum down. Less than a minute to go in this second match, and it's been all the Wildcats here in this one. Taking it inside, trying to get some space, trying to get something going for University of Charlotte. That's Isabella Escato-Gata. New Hampshire really showing some good defense here, trying to maintain the shutout here. They don't want to give up a try, and Charlotte is really trying to get a try, to at least save some face, get some points on the board. Breaking out of the tackle, that's number 15. We don't have her number on the sheet here. Nice open field tackle by Charlotte. New Hampshire knocking on the door again, looking to get one more try in before this match is over. Good tackle there by University of North Carolina Charlotte. And New Hampshire still in possession of the ball. New Hampshire takes it to ground. They still want to try to get one more try on the board. Sam Byrne, she's hard to bring down. Ball taken at the base of the ruck, out to number 9. That's Tobias Godinez, and she's going to put the finishing touches on this match. Touches it down right underneath the goal post. And this one is going to be in the books. It's going to be the University of New Hampshire. University of New Hampshire looks really solid, don't they, Kelson?
That's right, Godinez just too quick there for Branch Flower, wrapping around the outside there. She had one, she wanted another, and they be jubilant with this one. Dominant performance, just steamrolling the University of Carolina Charlotte there in this one, and they'll take this one easily going into the next round.
36-0, New Hampshire. And we'll be back shortly for our third match.
Hello and welcome back to the College Rugby Show. The fall season is upon us. We have a brand new division, now 4 men's divisions, 4 women's divisions. We've had that in 7's. We're going to be coming to you once every other week here in this video podcast form.
I'm excited for a season of telling college rugby's best stories.
We deserve to be here. We're going to keep, representing.
That was, to me, the biggest testament for the future of the game.
We wanted as a team to get experience. It was something that we sat together last semester in the fall, and we decided, it would be beneficial getting to see different parts of
We are back live for our third match of the day for the Women's Division II 7's National Championship. We're getting ready to have Bowling Green from Bowling Green, Ohio. The Falcons take on the University of Maryland from College Park, Maryland, very close to where we are today. And we've seen some couple of good games of the women's rugby to get started here this morning, Kelson.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. We're going to see something exciting from these two teams. They watched the two female games earlier and they're hyped up and they're ready for this one, trying to see themselves take center stage in Women's Division II rugby.
And we have Bowling Green in the orange, the bright orange, kicking off to the Terrapins of the University of Maryland in the black and yellow uniforms. And ready to get underway here with match number 3. Took it high in the air. Taken cleanly by the University of Maryland, and we're off and running on match number 3. Let's see what Maryland can do. They're in possession of the ball. Some good tackling there right off the bat by the Falcons of Bowling Green, but not rolling away. We have a penalty given to the University of Maryland. So right away, a little mistake there by Bowling Green, Kelson.
That's right, a bit of nerves, a bit of inexperience, but that first game jitters is always something that happens.
Maryland in possession of the ball. Trying to gain some ground here. Got another penalty against Bowling Green. So right now, Bowling Green shooting themselves in the foot. And let's see if the Terrapins of Maryland can take advantage of it. Across the midfield. Running backwards a little bit, trying to create some space. Looks like she might be able to turn the corner, and she does. That's number 7 for Maryland. That's Guzamuzo Ayalonu. And gets the turnover, and Bowling Green runs it out of bounds. Nice run there by number 7, Guzamuzo Ayalonu. And we have a penalty against the Bowling Green, and number 12 takes it quickly for Maryland, trying to catch Bowling Green off guard. A good tackle there. Ball released nicely by University of Maryland. And Ghazi is on the run again. Let's see if she can make something happen. Nice open field tackle there by Bowling Green. Ball left there cleanly. Stolen away by Bowling Green, creating the turnover. And the referee playing advantage right now for Bowling Green. And Bowling Green causes a turnover. And University of Maryland squanders away a nice opportunity. A little sloppy out there right now. Bowling Green in possession. Referee letting them play on. Ball's out. Bowling Green picks it up cleanly. Trying to get something going here in this early moments of our third match of the day of Bowling Green versus the University of Maryland. That's Bowling Green breaking loose there in the clear. Nice run there by number 7 for Bowling Green. That's Giselle Shepler. Offload to 10. Nice open field tackle there. Nice offload to number 13. That's Samantha Trippi. And Bowling Green is on the board first. Touches it right underneath the goalpost. Some nice offensive activity right there in the last 30 seconds for Bowling Green, Kelson.
That's right, the junior from Medina, Ohio, just ran the nice support line. It really started with a play from Giselle Shepler. She ran up the pitch and was picked up by Novak with a great right foot step. And just run the support line was trippy down the middle, and the junior knew where to be, and the timing was perfect, just beating the defense there for Maryland, and they're going to get over for the first score. Little possession, but the scorecard shows different.
The conversion was good. We have Bowling Green at 7, Maryland at 0. And you're right there, Kelson. It was all Maryland initially from the opening kickoff, and a little turnover there, and all of a sudden Bowling Green scores. Nice high kick by Bowling Green. Maryland lets it bounce. Let's see if they can do something with this. Kind of a lofty pass there, and Bowling Green's defense all over them. Some shifty running there by Maryland. Ball placed on the deck. Picks it up. Referee blows the whistle. We have diving over the front, so Bowling Green is going to take advantage of it with the penalty. Taken quickly by number 10. Trying to get the ball out to create some space. And University of Maryland is on their heels right now. And Bowling Green is in control, looking to have the second try, and all of a sudden we have a knock-on by Bowling Green. So Maryland a little shaky there these last opening minutes, Kelson.
That's right. Tries changes games. We said earlier, we said time and time again. And Bowling Green on the scorecard and going around there as we see Grace Anderson trying to wrap around the corner. Just a bit too hot to handle for her. She spilled it to the floor and it'll be a scrum time to Maryland.
We're Maryland. Scrum in. Let's see if they win this. Comes out sloppily out of the back of the scrum, but they are in possession. Trying to get it out to the wing, out to number 7. Good open field tackle by Bowling Green. They take it over. Played the ball on her feet, which you're allowed to do. We're out to 10. They got some room out here to the left, out to number 7. Nice offload to number 15. That's Jordan Barr, and Jordan Barr is going to take it in for the try. Dots it underneath the goalpost, and just like that, Bowling Green with another try, Kelson.
That's right, and textbook draw and pass your defender, and that's what they did. Created the 2-on-1 for Shepler and Barr, and it executed expertly as the Maryland defender Ariana Albiar just couldn't get it. Conversion successful, and the score is 14 points to 0. As quick as you like it, snap your fingers, and they're in front by a lot.
It's kind of a quick change of events here. Initially, I thought Maryland was going to be in control of this match, and they're having some turnovers, and Bowling Green advantage of those turnovers as they get ready to restart and kick back to Maryland. With a minute 30 left and some change maybe in the first half. Taken there by University of Maryland. They take the kickoffs cleanly, but they just can't make anything happen after. They seem to just create turnovers, and we got another turnover there. It looks like we're going to have a scrum down to Bowling Green, and Kelson, Maryland just keeps on shooting themselves in the foot.
Bowling Green just applying the pressure and sitting back, and Maryland is just coughing up possession deep inside their half. Another opportunity to score before the halftime whistle.
Less than a minute to go here. Number 15, that's Jordan Barr putting it in for Bowling Green. Nice outlet to their fly half, out to 13. She's trying to squirt it through the center there. She does. Tries to offload, but a little sloppy pass and turnover. Maryland in position. With less than a minute to go, let's see if they can make something happen here to finish strong in this first half. Bowling Green with some nice open field tackling going on there. And we're playing advantage again to Bowling Green. Letting the play go on. Bowling Green trying to see if they can put one more try in before the half. Sloppy pass there. Turnover picked up by Maryland. And another sloppy pass. And I think the referee has blown the whistle on this. He's going to play the knock on by Bowling Green. And we're going to have one more scrum down maybe before the half is over. So we have number 9 for Maryland. That's Catherine Bettish. Getting ready to put the ball in. This should be the last possession of the half. Let's see what Maryland can do with it. Scrum down, taken relatively cleanly there. She has some space to go around the right side. Has a lot of room down the pitch, and doesn't look like anyone's going to stop. Number 9, that's Catherine Bettish, and Maryland really needed that try. And right at the end of the half, they dot it down. What a change of events there, Kelson.
Hey, as you take a look at the scrum here, no one marking the short side, unable to cover there. The Bowling Green 15, Jordan Barr. And just Batish just showing you how quick she can run to home base, as they would say, all the way for the try. And she's going to have the last say coming in to the end of the first half.
The first half has ended, it appears. Looks like the referee's still letting them play, though. So right now, as the half is coming to an end, it's Bowling Green 14, University of Maryland 5, and we're going to have a restart. So the University of Maryland will be kicking to Bowling Green. Nice kick, taken cleanly by Bowling Green. Nice take by number 13. Nice offload. Like the referee is paying the advantage. We might have an offsides call. Still letting them play on. The half goes on. Taken quickly there by Samantha Trippi. Given to number 1. I think that's Madison Russell. And the ball at the base of the ruck. Play still continues. Now we have Bowling Green over the top. Play still continues. So Maryland with another opportunity. Nice cut back there on the dummy scissor. And number 15 for the University of Maryland, Emily O'Neill touches it down. And all of a sudden, University of Maryland, the Terrapins are back in this game. Nice dummy there move by her hunt, Kelson.
That's right, just running through the gap, keeping the ball in two hands. And number 16 for Maryland, there's Katrin Galka. Gets herself going for that try there. Great show and go, keeping the ball in two hands, keeping it simple. And we thought Batish had the last say, but it seems that it's Galka who gets herself in, and they just close the gap. And that's what tries do. Tries just build momentum and build confidence.
14-10 Bowling Green at halftime. We have ourselves a match here. We'll be back shortly. Ready for the start of the second half as Maryland gets ready to kick off the Bowling Green. This third match of the day, the opening round of the Division II Women's Championship. We have ourselves a tight match going on right now. Maryland with the restart taken there by Bowling Green. Bowling Green in the bright orange uniforms, moving left to right, trying to make something happen here on the initial kickoff, and it creates space there is number 5. That's Grace Anderson. Getting a little sloppy there right now. Some good defense being played by Bowling Green. Nice open field tackle there by Guzmazia Ayala. I might be butchering her name, but I'm going to give it a try. At the base of the ruck, Bowling Green in possession. Nice pass. We're going to have a knock on here. There was going to have a penalty called. Must have been offsides on the University of Maryland. So Bowling Green in possession. After the penalty, taps it through the mark and goes straight out to the back. That's number 6. Trying a sloppy pass there. Now all of a sudden, Bowling Green is retreating and Maryland showing some good defense here, and play has gotten sloppy. We got a knock on Bowling Green. We're going to have a scrum down to Maryland. A little sloppy start to the second half, Kelson.
That's right, Mark. Maryland is coming off the break a bit fired up after getting a couple of scores in the game, and so they're really going to try to get themselves that go-ahead score and really just taking that.
They're in good possession here right now with the scrum down inside the 22. Let's see if they can make something happen with number 9. Picks it up right off the scrum down and playing advantage to Maryland. We might have had a high tackle there. We got a knock on, and then we have a penalty to Maryland on the high tackle by Bowling Green. Maryland trying to settle it down. They know this is a big possession here to try to get on the board and have the opportunity to take the lead. Out to the scrum half, out to number 7. Good open field tackle there by number 13, Samantha Trippi. Now Maryland trying to keep possession of the ball. And we have a penalty not releasing by Maryland. Maryland with the turnover. And that turnover could be costly, Kelson. And then we have another penalty taken quickly by Bowling Green, trying to create some space there Maryland trying to retrieve, and number 10 is busting loose. Let's see if she can keep it going. Nice coming from behind tackle, but nice take there by Vivian Novak. Stolen away there by Maryland. All of a sudden, this is turning into a back and forth sequence. Out to number 7 for Maryland. That is Osimazuo Elanu off the turnover. Maryland comes back and gets the try that they needed. Back and forth action right there, Kelson.
That's right. Ali Lonu gets it going for Maryland. Get themselves back in front. The winger from Phoenix, Arizona, the sophomore, gets herself going, and she was doing a lot of sideways running early in the match, but she just straightened up and she just got her team in the lead, and the conversion was successful, extended it, and that's what you need to do coming out to the break. Just come firing with more energy and more action and more life.
Ali Ladnu has some good speed. She showed that right there. She wasn't going to be caught by anyone. When she had that little bit of area to run through, she was gone. So we're getting Maryland right now to restart it, kicking back to Bowling Green. We have some back and forth action in this second half. Go ahead and play, nice high kick. Take it right at the 10-meter mark. So the referee letting go on. Bowling Green in possession. Let's see if Bowling Green can come back here and answer the try by the Terrapins of Maryland. Ball taken at the base of the ruck, opting for the short side of the pitch. Maryland trying to maintain their defensive wall there. And Bowling Green trying to, we have Bowling Green not releasing, so Maryland's going to be awarded the penalty. They take it quickly. And all of a sudden, Maryland possession of the ball. Some sloppy backward passing there. Back out to the winger. Pops to dish it backwards again. Good tackling there by number 13, Samantha Trippi. Some good defense. Bowling Green showing it right now, and Maryland having a hard time putting together some offensive movement here. Good open field tackling there by Bowling Green. Nice release there by Maryland. Now they got created some space. Trying to offload, sloppy pass. Picked up by number 7. And she's going to take it to the short side of the pitch. All of a sudden, both teams are looking a little tired right now, and play is a little sloppy, but it continues, and there's an offload there to number 7, Alionu, and she takes it into touch. So some back and forth action here, Kelson. Let's see if somebody can put a try in.
Just we take a look at this play. Look at this excellent spin move by Batish, hitting the hezzy and the spin, just putting the defender in a wash cycle there before popping across to Ali Lonu, and she was just flirting with danger as we see the great cover tackle coming across there by Jordan Barr to get them into touch, just thwarting that attack. And great move by Batish, as we saw earlier, with the excellent spin move.
So we have something going on here. It looks like the ball might be bringing the ball back to midfield center line there. I thought we were going to have a line out further down the pitch. There must have been a penalty, and so Maryland in possession of the ball. It's crossing the midfield. Bowling Green playing some good defense there. That's Samantha Trippi on the tackle. Samantha's all over the pitch. Big competitor. Bowling Green trying to create a turnover. Cannot go on the weak side of the pitch. A little rub kick there off the errant pass. Picks it up. Ball at the base of the ruck. Let's see if Maryland can maintain possession. Number 12 picks up. Looking like play is going to go on. Maryland trying to knock on the door, get some possession of the ball. That's number 17 for Maryland. That's Ariana Albiar. On the turnover, though, Bowling Green comes out of it with the ball. Then out to number 15. So they have some space out there. Good open field tackle there by Maryland defender. That's Charlotte McNulty. And we have a penalty, though, offsides on Maryland. Bowling Green in possession. Referee blows the whistle and says, hold on, take it back to where the mark is. Now the mark is taken by Bowling Green. Getting out here to the wide side of the pitch. Number 6 with the spin move. Offload there to number 13. Back inside the 6. Kicks out to 5. A little stiff arm there. 9 trying to hang on. Maryland trying to put up some defense there, and Bowling Green just trying to gain some space there. Nice stiff arm by number 14 for Bowling Green. That's Taylor Westick. And she can be able to take it to the house. 15 with an effort. And Taylor Westick gets the try. And Bowling Green jumps back out in front. Nice run and stiff arm there by Taylor. Kelson.
That trick was the best trick there by Westick. She just brushed it off halfway to go, 50 meters to go. She tricked them all with a big hand. She just won the game for her team. Last play of the game, most likely, and she's jubilant, getting it over. The trickster does it. And we see Bowling Green snatch it at the end here to take themselves on to the next level of the bracket.
So the try at the end of the game wins it for Bowling Green by a score of 21-17, and they move on. We'll be back shortly for our next match.
We wanted as a team to get experience. It was something that we sat together last semester in the fall, and we decided, you know, it would be beneficial getting to see different parts of like the culture that everybody has here and how welcoming everybody was has been a real highlight for me too.
We got a lot of guys that come to Northeastern all around the country and have different levels of playing, and they become lifelong friends by the time they leave Northeastern, and these trips are kind of where those memories are built.
I mean, it's an absolutely great experience. I mean, I would highly recommend. A lot of planning involved, but if you get it done, it could be some of the best moments of your life.
In a sport of power and precision, you need a powerful and precise camera. Analyze your game. Build your team. Grow together.
Ready, up.
Video captures moments. A powerful camera for a powerful sport.
Rugby! If you're on the fence of going on a tour, get over the fence. Go on the tour, reach out to Rugby Travel Ireland. They've been incredible to work with. They've been so kind.
And we're back here for women's action in Division 2. Here is the Coast Guard versus San Antonio. And as we come into the break there, we see a try being scored. We try to get you those teams. It seems to be the Coast Guard getting us going, I believe. I'm Kelson Figueroa, joined by Mark Palmieri and Mark. Women's Division here on day 2 of Collegiate Rugby Championships.
That was a quick try right off the bat by the Coast Guard Academy. They took that right off the opening kickoff, so they're off to a good start. Let's see what happens in this 4th match of the day.
Molly King to set us back underway, sent it straight down the middle. No one wants it for Texas. San Antonio eventually taken. She weaves her way out of danger for just a second before popping the ball into the hands of Canyon, and Canyon staying on her feet long enough to get the offload going. Hitch kick to the space, looking for the offload. She gets it back as she spins and pirouettes around looking for the room if she can. Still in possession is Texas San Antonio. Just on the 22-meter mark, trying to drive their way through. Trying to get themselves going. The ball bubbles into the hands of Canyon. Canyon whips it to the outside, and they're going to try to test the fringes of the Coast Guard Academy. Just holding off the player there is Angelica Joseph before trying to pop it off the deck. Canyon is first to this one, and she shifts the ball while looking for the room on the top side of the pitch. Texas San Antonio doing end-to-end stuff. Coast Guard Academy is working very hard to stop this Texas San Antonio offense as they move their way slowly up to the 10-meter mark. The referee has his hand up for the advantage as Texas San Antonio move their way through. Canyon shift the ball wide, seems to have gone a bit forward from up here, but it bounces well into the hands of Joseph, and Joseph weaves and her magic around, and Joseph may have a little bit too much gas, eventually reeled in by Carly Woolam, and there's about 4 white shirts around her as eventually coming is Kennedy Hurd to act as scrum half. Texas San Antonio doing miles of work to get themselves up the pitch, just a couple meters short as they get the ball to the center of the pitch into another Canyon. Canyon with the size mismatch, bumps one, bumps two, looks for the backdoor pass, sticks the catch. There is Camila Vargas as the referee has his hand up for the advantage. Texas San Antonio with the ball, taps it quickly, looking for the room, may go herself, drags one player, but the referee is going to bring it back, and there's going to be a card here, Mark, for the player not retreating 10 meters.
What a nice possession right here by Texas San Antonio, way back from their deep end of their own end, working it all the way down, knocking on the door of the Coast Guard Academy.
Canyon taps it quickly, just stepping against the grid. There is Myla Jimenez, and Jimenez will get the score to level. If they could get the conversion, Jimenez gets the score for Texas San Antonio.
What a change of events there. Coast Guard comes quickly out, then they get a yellow card, and next thing you know, Texas San Antonio is in charge.
Canyon slots home the conversion, leveling the score 7 apiece here. And not much separate the teams there as we see great grit there by Texas San Antonio to get themselves back into this one. Player advantage so far as a couple changes are being made, and can they capitalize on this extra player advantage? As Joseph sets us back underway, deep kick, no one from the Coast Guard wants to touch it, eventually gathered deep inside their 22, and they're going to try to run it up the middle here. The ball bounces past Woolam, eventually she takes it, places it back gently, we would say, as they wrap around looking for the mismatches, looking for the 2-on-1s, tries to draw the player, doesn't need a dummy, eventually gets into the hands of the winger, and she is bundled into the touch there. Solid tackle by Olivia Tapia.
Nice tackling there by Texas San Antonio. Make something happen there. And Texas San Antonio with the line.
Set piece there by Joseph. No contest, so it doesn't matter if it goes straight into hands of Canyon. Joseph bobs, weaves away. Number 22, Canyon gets the ball. It just doesn't go to hand, but Texas San Antonio still has the ball, even though it's bubbling, with the player advantage if they can. Gets into the hand of Vargas, and Vargas pushes her way up. The first to the play there is a Coast Guard, and they pilfer that one. Bobbing and weaving themselves, a bit of confusion there. But eventually gets to the wing, wraps around, goes into contact, and Vargas with a big hit. Coast Guard with the ball, as you see the big carry there by Ruan. But Texas San Antonio is really perseverant on that one, as a holding on is a call by the referee. Coast Guard takes it quickly into the hands of Victoria Royal, and she makes her way up the pitch. looking for that extra space. As you see, Rowan gets it going, pops the ball off the shoulder, and the Coast Guard in possession, steaming their way up just short of the 22-meter mark. Busts her way through, knocks it on in the contact there. The referee's gonna pull a hold to that one. It's gonna be a scrum to Texas San Antonio.
That's a tough break right there, Kelson, for Coast Guard Academy. They were moving the ball nicely, and she's lost possession on it from the tackle.
As we see Texas San Antonio, all the players off their feet. They would leave it all on the line. They're trying to stop that Coast Guard from getting themselves back into this one. It's all level peggings just before the halftime break. As you see the player taking a bit of attention on the pitch there. Not much left in this first half. It's all tied, 7 apiece, and we can't see anyone. We can't see a clear victor so far, Mark.
Not in this one. I think this one's going to go down to the very end. You can see on the pitch there, both teams are pretty gassed right now. It's only their first match.
To be honest, Mark, the players are not letting the ball do the work on this occasion. Each player is trying to run it themselves, and that will just pull steam out of the engine and really just pull down your gas levels. So that's something to take into context going forward, that really let the ball do the work. The ball never gets tired. If the ball gets soft, you just pump more air into it.
That's a very good point. Both these teams are having a lot of individual efforts out there.
The injured players coming to her feet, and she is walking off on her own. That's great to see that the player can still move off the pitch, and we hope that she's okay as the referee gets us back going. Scrum time to Texas San Antonio. I will see not much more time left in this one. Coast Guard still a player short as Vargas sends it in. Peeking on the short side there was Marley King in defense, looking for Vargas, trying to steal it on the short side, but Texas with possession, looking to get the room as it cut back into all the contact there. That's Jimenez, the try scorer. As Cherry acts as scrum off, the ball just pops out of the hands of Joseph, and the referee will just pull a hold to this first half. All tied, all square. The game deadlocked, 7 apiece. Coast Guard versus Texas San Antonio. We'll be back here at Maryland Soccerplex for more second half action right after this break.
If you're on the fence of going on a tour, get over the fence. Go on the tour, reach out to Rugby Travel Ireland. They've been incredible to work with. They've been so kind, so knowledgeable, and just so professional throughout the whole process. So I cannot endorse them enough. It's been If you're on the fence of going on a tour, get over the fence. Go on the tour, reach out to Rugby Travel Ireland. They've been incredible to work with. They've been so kind, so knowledgeable, and just so professional throughout the whole process. So I cannot endorse them enough. It's been an incredible experience here on the ground. The girls are having an amazing time, and so am I. So if you're thinking about it, just make the commitment, do it, and we'll see you here. We are having a rugby tour in Newcastle, England with the All-Americans from NCR, and we're having an incredible time. So these tours are so incredibly important for our All-Americans because they get to up their skills by having coaches that they don't normally work with, teach them new skills, new drills, new ways to apply their points of difference in the game. They get to experience a new culture out here, new foods. I'm sure most of them haven't had beans on toast ever, and they're definitely experiencing that here, but they're also getting a chance to watch players that they look up to playing in the Women's Rugby World Cup here in England, which is incredibly important for them to see these people, because if you could see it, you can be it, and we are so happy that our athletes can see the Eagles, and I know they also want to be the Eagles, so this is a massive opportunity for them.
And welcome back to Women's Division 2 action at the Collegiate Rugby Championships 2026 at Maryland Soccerplex. I'm Kelson Figaro, joined by Mark Palmieri as we get second half action back and going. It's Texas San Antonio in the blue against the Coast Guard in the white. It's all deadlock, 7 apiece. Error to start the second half, Mark.
Yes, that could be a costly turnover there with a knock on from the kick. That was a very entertaining first half, even though there weren't many points scored.
Just inside the half of Texas San Antonio as the Coast Guard gets it in. Messy scrum. Eventually rolling out into the hands of Marlene King. And Marlene King brushes off the defender there, and she's going to streak in for the second try for the Coast Guard right off the kickoff. Marlene King does it for the Coast Guard, and they push themselves in front in the second half.
So the Texas San Antonio knocked on ended up hurting them. Coast Guard took advantage of it, scored an easy try.
Marlene King just a bit sharper to it. As a conversion by Carly Woolham is unsuccessful, the score remains 12 points to 7. The Coast Guard with a slender advantage over Texas San Antonio.
So once again, a turnover in 7's rugby, it can be awfully costly.
The stats in 7 show who wins the kickoff scores the try, and that was no lie as we saw what happened with the Coast Guard. Just hooked the kick, bounce in their favor, but Texas San Antonio gets it as a ball pops around to Vargas, and Vargas weaves her way, eventually taken to the floor, but picked up well there by the Coast Guard. It seems to be Carvajal Hartog, the centre from New London. The sophomore got the turnover as you see the quick tap by Rowan. Rowan bumps away. Defenders looking for the offload is the Coast Guard. One more person if they can't get it. The referee doesn't like all the ball bubbling on the floor, and he's going to call it back. Let's see if it's a scrum. Yes, it is, Mark.
Yeah, we're going to have a scrum down there. Boy, a nice run there by the Coast Guard. I think that was number 3. That was Marabella Ruad.
The senior from Needville, Texas, really trying to get us team a solid platform, only up by 5 points. Texas will get us back going as Vargas shifts the ball. As scrum half gets the ball out, looking for the room if they can. Set piece and the big player is going to bust through the middle, looking for the wraparound play. But the Coast Guard is there to halt it into the hands of Vargas, and she just slows the play down. San Antonio brassing her way through, and that's Cherry rumbling her way up the pitch, looking for the offload, pops it to Joseph. Joseph just slips on the surface, but over the top of this one is the Coast Guard. The referee says play on, and is that player going to streak down the line once more to score another? Marlene King, great cover tackle there by San Antonio, fixes her hair in the process, but the referee says sideward entry is the call. And that great last ditch effort there, it seems to be by Mai Tri Dang, the number 8 from Kerrville, Texas, the junior coming across and just try saving tackle by her, Mark.
Yeah, what a nice play by Marley King, though, number 12 for the Coast Guard. Picked that ball up out of the ruck there and headed down the sidelines.
And the commentator's curse just blessed her as we take a look at this replay here, Mark.
Yeah, right there. Smart heads-up play by her. Just couldn't take it into the try zone, though. Ran out of gas there a little bit.
If you just take a look, the player made an excellent cover tackle and made sure her hair looked well for the camera. And everyone viewing at home, remember, you're watching this live here on NRC TV over the weekend. More rugby action tomorrow on Sunday as well, so make sure you're in for this one at the Maryland Soccerplex. National Collegiate Rugby Championship 2026. I see the player getting a bit of attention there. And Mark, can we see San Antonio, Texas San Antonio coming back into this one? Resolute stuff, but long way to go to get themselves back on the scorecard.
a little road to halt because they are down by 5. There's 2.5 minutes to go, but they're not going to give up. They've played tough the whole match, and this match is going back and forth. So right now, I still think this is up for grabs.
Up next in
ready to
this
go
women's
back.
rugby action is Roger Williams versus Texas A&M Corpus Christi. So stay tuned to that. As the referee gets us back going, it's going to be a Coast Guard scrum. About 10 meters short as King gets us going. Ball comes out the back door. King snatches it up, looking to wrap around the outside, but great work by Texas. Eventually taken in the hands by Doyle. Doyle shifts the ball out wide. And there seems to be a penalty advantage here. Obstruction is a call signaled by the referee. And oh, what an opportunity going a begging there for the Coast Guard.
Yeah, they had an opportunity. Once again, you can't let those opportunities slip away from you. Let's see if Texas San Antonio can do something with this penalty.
Set piece move time as all the players get themselves into position. Switch play dummy through the gap. Great read by the Coast Guard defense there. And the ball just goes out into touch off the pass. It's going to be a line out. And the Coast Guard get another opportunity to extend their lead.
Texas San Antonio shoots himself in the foot. They had the ball and then had a costly turnover there again. They might have been better off just to hold on to the ball and try to make some set play happen.
And the player passing the ball directly into touch. They have the option for the scrum or the line out. They wisely choose the scrum. As King gets up her opportunity to weave her magic in this one. Just on a minute left. They're 5 points up. Solid scrum. Scrum a bit better there as King attacks the short side. The wraparound player comes in. But AM Texas is there to thwart it. As eventually the ball comes out onto the outside there. And it's Doyle with the pass. Just one more player to pass it to if she can. Gets it into the hands of Anna Griddell. And Griddell from New London, the sophomore, gets it down for the Coast Guard.
What a great offload there by Reagan Doyle. She held on to it for a while and just released it right at the perfect moment. So that might have thought at the eye for the Coast Guard.
Just a bit more breathing room now. The kick unsuccessful. 17 points to 7. We're seeing the clock in the red from up here, but the referee seems to see it's one more time. One more kick is available. The game's out of the reach of Texas San Antonio on this one. A 2-score game, in fact. So they need to score across the whitewash twice to get themselves into this one. And they'll drop to the lower bracket as we see King hammers one low to the center of the pitch, taken well by Texas on the pickup. As the Coast Guard find it pretty difficult to get down to number 8. That's Mai Trai Dang. A great tackle there as the try scorer gets the ball in her hand, and she's going to try to get the second one in. Runs into big contact there. Still in possession is the Coast Guard. As they look to shift it wide, trying to get one more score before the final whistle. The player is tackled, gets off her feet, illegally so, needed to release that play, and the play won't end just yet. Texas San Antonio will have a penalty to get this one going, as you see one of the Texas players are off her feet. Big bump there by the Texan player, but eventually the Coast Guard are there to save the day, as they say. Big counter rock coming. It doesn't go to hand as a player who was on the deck earlier gets up magically and gets the ball in her hands. That's Jimenez, the try scorer from earlier. A bit of confusion, not sure what to do with the ball. As you see the tip tackle there by the Coast Guard, and that's a silly move. You're not going to lose this game, and she's going to have a sit on the naughty chair for 2 minutes. That's Mia Carvajal Hartog. She just tipped the player for absolutely no reason. As you see, Joseph taps it quickly, goes into contact. Big run there by Joseph, gets back on the feet, has someone pulling on the coattails, and Joseph is bundled out into touch. She's in a lot of pain, but that will be it. It seems to be an elbow or a shoulder, seems to be in a bit of a bother, but that'll be the final whistle there for this one, Mark. As we see, the Coast Guard comfortably take it 17 points to 7.
Yes, they did. Coast Guard has a lot of good athletes on their squad, and I think they're going to have a very good tournament this weekend.
There you have it there, Coast Guard winning over Texas San Antonio 17 points to 7. We'll be back shortly with the game Roger Williams versus Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Stay tuned. We'll be back shortly.
We are having a rugby tour in Newcastle, England with the All-Americans from NCR, and we're having an incredible time. So these tours are so incredibly important for our All-Americans because they get to up their skills by having coaches that they don't normally work with, teach them new skills, new drills, new ways to apply their points of difference in the game. They get to experience a new culture out here, new foods. I'm sure most of them haven't had beans on toast ever, and they're definitely experiencing that here, but they're also getting a chance to watch players that they look up to playing in the Women's Rugby World Cup here in England, which is incredibly important for them to see these people, because if you could see it, you can be it, and we are so happy that our athletes can see the Eagles, and I know they also want to be the Eagles, so this is a massive opportunity for them. Consistency on 3. 1, 2, 3.
And we're back here for Women's Division 2 Rugby. It's Roger Williams University versus Texas A&M Corpus Christi. I'm Kelson Figaro, joined by Mark Palmieri. And Mark, more women's rugby action. Exciting game so far, and this one could be another blockbuster.
Yes, all the games we've had so far today have been very good. I hope this one does the same. The last match with Coast Guard Academy was very good also.
Both teams in blue here, light and dark. Way up in commentary booth, a bit confused as to who is who, but we'll find out that for you shortly. But let's take a look at the rugby action as we see sharp play here as the referee says knock on in the contact. They'll have a scrum. The team in the light blue tops will get the put into this one. Mark, how good it is, or how strong is the opportunity to have your first scrum and have it successfully done?
It's very important, especially they're inside the opponent's 50-meter line. Let's see if they can take advantage of this.
The ball scoots out the scrum here. The referee not happy with the push in this one as the ball is kicked through, illegally so. As a tap and go here. Running through the line there, big bustling run, dragged eventually by the end of the court there. And the ball picked and go, but doesn't seem to go anywhere but the floor. And the ball is turned over and trying to run out of their end. Going well, the ball just going a bit low behind the back of the referee. She did well to look, glimpse over her shoulder and see the knock on. That'll be a scrum time. It's a team in blue and black.
Begin this first half a little sloppy right now. I think both teams might be a little bit nervous.
first game jitters is always something that you need to be mindful of. As you see, Texas A&M Corpus Christi with the ball. They're going to shift this one out wide, trying to wrap on the outside. We see a great turn of speed. Stop, goes, starts again, taken down eventually. And that's a great work there by Roger Williams University to get themselves going. The referee says player holding on is a call. Roger Williams University is going to get this one going. Just busts into the tackle there, knocked on, but their tackle is a bit too high. The player is a bit short in stature, so you need to bend your knees and get into that contact. As we see Roger Williams University busting their way up the pitch just outside their 22-meter mark as the ball is shifting to the center of the pitch, and they're going to go route one up the middle just until the support is there. Gathered eventually there by Daniel Voigt from Warwick, New York. The senior gets that one going, plucking it out of the air, still in possession as they try to get themselves just across the 10-meter mark, looking for room, looking for the extra space as the boot comes into play. There's no sweeper in there, but Texas A&M Corpus Christi gets around the back, gets it back into the hands of the flyer, and she's streaking around the outside, snatched by that under garment, that extra heating layer, and she gets bundled into touch and is saved by the arm there by Roger Williams.
The pace of this match has definitely picked up in the last 30 seconds. I think both teams have the cobwebs knocked off. So I think we're going to see some more action here.
Line-out time. It's excellent set piece, no contest by Texas A&M Corpus Christi. And the ball comes pushing forward there for Roger Williams University, just on the 10-meter mark. Room to burn if they can go out wide. Smash in the contact there. The referee says no hands in the tackle is a call. She's going to bring it back, and they're going to tap it quickly. Big shove, big connection there, but possession still remains in the hands of Roger Williams University. Ball turned over into the hands of Texas A&M, and they're going to try to streak through the middle. Skips off one, pops it over, and there's tons of space if she can get through. Yes, she does. Abigail Hunt is going to get the first try for Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Nice ball movement there by Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Really nice move there to finish it off by Abigail Hunt. And you can tell right away that Abigail Hunt is a talented athlete.
Conversion successful.
Took him a little bit of time to get on the board, but we finally have a team on the board. And it looks like it might have been Roger Williams with the score. If that scoreboard is correct.
Just need our producer to confirm that we're not calling the wrong teams here. Just whisper in our ear to tell us that we're not saying the right thing. But the scorecard shows Roger Williams University up, so that means that number 10 would be Jaden Logie, if we're not mistaken. So just correction up in the commentary booth here. Roger Williams University with a 7-point lead over Texas A&M Corpus Christi. As this line out set piece doesn't go to hand, it's going to be a scrum down here to Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Sorry, as a line out, the referee seemed to have shown something otherwise, or my confusion in the commentary booth as we get us back going here. Texas A&M Corpus Christi with the ball in hand. Big contact there, but they still maintain possession. Wrapping around with a play there is number 13, Aubrey Martinez, And Martinez is trying to get around the outside there. Martinez trying to get herself going there, but snatched by the shoulders. They're a bit too high there by Natalia Komsky. But bundle into touch it seems, and it's going to be a line out to Roger Williams University.
Thought they might get her for a high tackle there. The referee let it play on.
Set piece coming. Eventually bounces into the hands of Roger Williams University. The wraparound play as well. One bounce, two. Trying to get this one going there into the hands of the speedster. She gathered herself there. That's some Natalia Komsky. And she gets the ball back into the hands of the try scorer. She shifts it wide. Big contact there by Texas A&M. The ball doesn't go to hand. Knocked on is a call by the referee, and that'll do it for the first half. Just one try in between it. Roger Williams University up in front, 7 points to 0 over Texas A&M Corpus Christi. We'll be back for more women's action in Division 2 of the Collegiate Rugby Championships 2026.
Consistency on 3. 1, 2, 3.
We usually do a shorter sevens trip in the spring, but nothing abroad that I've been a part of. So this is a much bigger step up for everyone. You learn a lot, the players learn a lot. They learn about themselves probably more so than anything else, but it's a great way to get the guys coming together. You know, we had a mix of A side, B side, forwards, backs, experienced, unexperienced, and they're all a lot closer now than they were before. From the game, from the experience, from seeing it.
And we're back here in women's action in the Division 2 here. As we see, is Roger Williams University leading 7 points to 0 over Texas A&M Corpus Christi. I'm Kelson Figueroa, joined by Mark Palmieri. I see Roger Williams University trying to run out of their 22-meter area here, pop off the top, gets it going, and they have room to the middle to burn. And just stretching her legs here is Roger Williams University, and getting a number into that one there is Kaya Haddon. She seems to be streaking all the way. Big chase, big last-ditch tackle there by far, but unable to stop the try there as Kaya Haddon does about 80 meters, and Roger Williams University gets their first score of the second half.
What a great run there by Kaya. Nobody was going to stop her, and that was a great offload by Jaden Logie to set up this try, and that's a big try to start off the second half.
Great, an important task to get that first try in the second half. The score is 14 points to 0. Roger Williams University over Texas A&M. Just apologies for all the ladies or for the people watching who may have heard us calling the wrong teams. We're back and in charge now. Thanks to our great production team for setting us straight and getting us going. Is the Roger Williams University leading 14 points to 0 over the Texas A&M Corpus Christi. As the ball eventually gets to the center of the pitch, Logie to get us back going. As the referee puts the time back on the clock, Logie dinks one into tons of space. Texas A&M Corpus Christi eventually gets it. Big fend there by far. Gets back up off the tackle there, and the tackler needs to release when tackled. And then infringement there by Corpus Christi. A bit of inexperience as Roger Williams tried to get this one going. The quick tap, looks for Logie. Logie shifts the ball into the center and easily drawn pass as the other try scorer. Haddad looks for the offload. One more pass should do it into the hands of the number 11 there. And that's Edwards streaking across, but there seems to be called back there by the referee. May have been a forward pass.
Looks like that was a forward pass there, and that was such a nice offload to get things going. But the referee cut the forward pass.
And Isabella Rodriguez just holding the ball a bit too long, and the ball just pops forward into the hands of Edwards. Edwards thought she was on for the third try of the game, but unfortunately it didn't work out that way. As Texas A&M Corpus Christi gets us back going, we see Farr is smashed back a couple meters before popping the ball to Fiorini. And the referee calls a penalty for holding on as Roger Williams tried to take it quickly, but in front of the mark, signaling the referee as the penalty is on the 5-meter line. She reaches for the line, doesn't seem to have planted it down, knocked on over the try line. Corpus Christi now trying to run their way out of danger. The advantage being played at first by the referee. Yes, she does. Hands in the ruck, signaled by the referee, and taken quickly there by Roger Williams University. And it's that lady, Danielle Vaught, gets it over from Warwick, New York. The senior gets it going for Roger Williams University.
Roger Williams all over the ball in that sequence. They were relentless. They have some heads-up players there taking that quick kick through on the penalty, and they're all over the Texas A&M Corpus Christi this second half.
Conversion unsuccessful. Score remained 19 points to 0. And it just seems Roger Williams is a bit sharper to the play here, just a bit quicker and just a bit more aggressive than the Texas A&M Corpus Christi team, Mark.
Yes, they are very aggressive. They have some very good athletes on that squad. They know how to move with the ball and good passing. You can tell they're well coached.
I guess kudos to the coaches, Caitlin and Melissa Malahan, for putting together this team as the ball goes deep into the 22. Gathered eventually by Fiorini as she gets the ball off to Martinez. Martinez is a hand for the lively player as Fiorini tries to find a first receiver to get this one going. The referee signals offside as she stops the clock, and she's going to give away this penalty, give away a yellow card, for that player being offside. A bit harsh, you would say, Mark.
I say that's pretty harsh for being offsides.
I see Texas A&M with this ball going, pushing their way up just short of the 10-meter mark, trying to get something going. Big run there by Bianca Shepard. She gets herself a couple yards up as Texas A&M trying to get to the outside. As Martinez trying to go around the outside. She beats the stretching arm there of Rodriguez, and Martinez gets Corpus Christi on the board. Aubrey Martinez, the winger from Clute, Texas, freshman, gets it going for Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Aubrey Martinez showing some good wills there. She was off to the races. There was nobody was going to stop her.
Just getting around the outreach arms of Rodriguez. They're unable to reel her in. Great turn of speed. Corpus Christi on the board. 7 points, a minute to go in this one.
They're running out of time. Let's see if they can put another try on the board and maybe get themselves back into this match. Time is ticking away. They need to get this ball back in play.
Corpus Christi with the play advantage dinks the ball into open space. Unsure, maybe a player's in front. The kicker is a call. I'm not sure. Referee pulls it back. It's going to be Roger Williams University with the put into this one as they get themselves going, just trying to secure this lead here as the ball shifts out to Edwards. Edwards brushes off one, tries to get rid of Martinez, popped off into hands of the try scorer Haddad, and she just flew to the touchline, pirouettes down the line, that's as easy as you like it. And the big lady Kaya Haddad from the junior shifts her way around, and she just gonna put this one to bed. Roger Williams University just extend the lead as you take a look at this one, Mark.
What nice footwork by Kaya Haddad. She tiptoed along that sideline. Nice footwork, kept it in. She's hard to bring down.
Second try of the match for Haddad. She just shows what she can do with a bit of space. And there you have it. It seems to be done and dusted. Roger Williams University wins over Texas A&M in this one, 24 points to 7 here in the Women's Division 2. Here at the National Sevens for the Collegiate Rugby Championship 2026. We'll be back after break. Up next is Colorado Mesa versus South Florida.
We usually do a shorter sevens trip in the spring, but nothing abroad that I've been a part of. So this is a much bigger step up for everyone. You learn a lot, the players learn a lot. They learn about themselves probably more so than anything else, but it's a great way to get the guys coming together. You know, we had a mix of A side, B side, forwards, backs, experienced, unexperienced, and they're all a lot closer now than they were before. From the game, from the experience, from seeing a new country altogether. It was great. It's great to see them all come together.
Florida in the Women's Division II Championship. First round, and we have Colorado Mesa knocking on the door, but taken away there by South Florida. The referee has blown the whistle. We have offsides. It's going to be a penalty awarded to South Florida. South Florida moving left to right in the black and green uniforms, and Colorado Mesa in the burgundy and gold. And I'm joined on this broadcast with Kelson Figaro.
Thank you very much, Mark. As the player just knocks this one on cold at the start of this one. All these teams playing their first game. Remember, you need to win your game to move up to the top bracket. And it's all to play for here in the Women's Division 2 here at the Maryland Soccerplex. So we're going to see great grit from these women out here, and they need to focus on the grit mentality.
We have Kaylee Burns for Colorado Mesa putting the ball in as a scrum half. Comes out of the scrum kind of loosely there, but she picks it up, looking to make something happen, looking to offload, but it's picked off there by South Florida. And we have a quick turnover there. South Florida in possession. Taking it up the center of the pitch. Nice stiff arm there. Gaining a lot of ground there initially, and South Florida maintaining possession. Good pickup at the base of the ruck there by number 12. That is Isabella Throne. Wing out left here, 17 trying to cut it up, get some space. Sloppy offload there, and they're retrieving backwards. They lost some of their momentum. Now they need to take possession of it and see what happens. But again, sloppy play there. And a good tackle there by Colorado Mesa. And all of a sudden, South Florida on their heels. South Florida still in possession. Sloppy start to this first match. Diving over by South Florida. Penalty awarded to Colorado Mesa. Quick kick taken there by number 10. That's Genevieve Carpiel. Genevieve hard to bring down because she went to offload it and handed it right to the South Florida player.
Gretchen Osborne there with a try, just too quick in that 5 meter gap to get caught, and she gets over for South Florida. Colorado Mesa, first try of this one. And great work, great hammering down and just withering through the defense, and they get themselves in front. Conversion to the left.
Are we kicking off again? My computer.
The ball goes to South Florida as they try to tap it quickly. Going through the center. Big bust, big run, just past the 10 meter mark. South Florida moves their way, trying to get out of their half of the pitch. The ball shifts in the hand of Savannah Lewis. As Lewis trying to go on the outside, and the try scorer, Chloe Coop, just smashes her to the deck. South Florida with the ball in hand, trying to get themselves into this one. Just past the halfway mark, driving, pushing a swarm of Colorado Mesa players as around her, but they maintain possession as the ball goes to deck. South Florida still in possession, running sideways across the pitch, attracting all sorts of attention as they try to go around the corners there. As I see Jenna Watson just unable to get herself around the edges. The ball eventually taken in, but the referee signals high tackle, wrapping around the shoulder as South Florida takes it up, going again. It's Cynthia Kowitsky taking the ball up forward, presented nicely as Tron hits the ball to the big Delaney Maul. She mauls her way up the pitch, just inside the 5 meter and the touchline area, as the Kowitsky shifts the ball out wide. The referee's not happy with that knock on, and it'll be a scrum to Colorado Mesa. Taking a look at the big bump there by Maul, just flattening her opposition player there. Bentley Stiot is going to wonder what was the number of the truck that hit her. As I see Colorado Mesa gets this one going off the set piece, shifts the ball, Burns shifts the ball out wide, gets it to the hand of Reese Williams. Williams gets hit, tries to pick it back up off the floor as South Florida pinches this one. As a solid hit by Stiot as they try to tie this one up. South Florida still in possession, just trailing by 5 points. As Maul is wrestling with the ball here. Maul and Burns. Maul is the victor. As you see South Florida trying to get around the edges once more into the hands of Lewis. Lewis is tackled well by Coop. Tries to get back up and drive her feet a bit more. Wrap around the short side there. Trying to get around as Isabella Thron. And she's stopped. Colorado Mesa defense a bit stingy right now as South Florida University try to get themselves a bit closer to the try line. Great tackle, great pinch, but the referee says tackling not releasing is the call. Back in the hands of South Florida and in the hands of Osborne as Osborne pushes her way further up pitch as Maul picks and bullies her way through. Takes 2 players to get her going, but the ball just slipped up in the pickup there. And the player playing the ball from an offside position, tapped quickly there by Colorado Mesa, and it's Burns trying to scorch up the pitch just inside the halfway mark. She draws the attention of Savannah Lewis and taken down. As we see the ball just bouncing short once more to the despair of the Colorado Mesa player. She'll be upset with herself. Navia Steele unable to pick that one up. And that's a halftime here. Colorado Mesa goes into the halftime thanks to a score from Coop in the corner, and they'll go into the break 5-0. We'll be back shortly for more second half action. And we're back here for Women Division 2 Rugby at the National Sevens for Collegiate Rugby Championship. It's Colorado Mesa taking on South Florida. Mesa in the maroon and yellow strips. They lead 5-0 thanks to a try from Coop in the corner in the first half. I'm Kelson Figueroa, joined by Mark Palmieri. And Colorado Mesa has the ball on South Florida's 10-meter mark, coming through, trying to bust through the middle. The ball a bit too hot to handle, just smashes the player in the face, looking for the offload. Aggression coming there by South Florida, trying to get themselves into this game here as the ball comes busting through into the hands of try scorer Coop. And Coop is too powerful, too fast, and it's that player, Chloe Coop. She's going to get the second of the match here and extend the lead for Colorado Mesa.
Nice run of events there by Colorado Mesa. Takes it in for the try right underneath the post. Good start to the second half for them, Kelson.
As you take a Coop going around the outside, tackle attempt is unsuccessful. At the moment, trying to tackle Coop is like trying to hold a bullet. It's impossible. She gets around the outside, and she has her double so far, taking Colorado Mesa further in front and really just stacking the worries onto South Florida.
Strong start to the second half for Colorado Mesa. It's always important to get off to a quick start in sevens, and they're off to it.
South Florida allows the ball to bounce. Colorado Mesa pursuing like a missile to get this one going. Takes the player just inside their 22-meter area as South Florida try to run it from deep. Met by the stingy Mesa wall, and that's Bentley Stewart. She's driving away as Colorado Mesa pick this one over into the hand of Carpiel, and she's eventually taken to the floor in the red zone, looking for the space. Shifts the ball out to Williams. Williams looks for the room out wide, tries to evade the tackle. As I see, Williams comes back into the scrum half role, looking to see where the gaps will be. I see the ball shifts out wide, just jogging before shifting the ball to the corner into the hands of Burns. And Burns shifts the ball out to Stewart, and Stewart is going to get the third try here for Colorado Mesa.
Colorado Mesa really putting the heat on South Florida. 2 quick tries in the second half.
Taking a look at that replay, the Stewart just pushing the player aside like an angry bouncer at the nightclub. She's going to get herself over for her first, Colorado's third, and they're up comfortably 15-0 over South Florida University.
South Florida with a big uphill battle now to try to get back into this match.
Caught well by University of Florida. They're going to try to go to the fringes. Pops the pass in a great angle run there. Just drawing in some of the defenders. Solid shift there. Brushing off the defender there. As I see Burns unable to make that hit. The ball shifts out wide. Berger shifts the ball going out to the wing. The referee just calls a knock on there. And those are the little errors that won't allow you to progress to the top half of the bracket.
Yeah, that's a costly turnover here as University of South Florida needs to make something happen.
Just about 3 minutes to go, an eternity, in the game of sevens. As Colorado Mesa with the put into the scrum, wrapped on the short side, looking for the big run. And the big run comes eventually for Colorado Mesa. They steam up about 10 meters, but the ball is pilfered in the contact there. It seems to be by Kowitsky. South Florida with the ball, but the possession is switched back and into the hands of Stewart, the try scorer, as she shifts it out to the corner. Colorado players eventually muscled to the floor, looks up, looking for space, looking for the runner, and they be trying to find Coop out wide if they can. Coop is waiting. They may not need her. As you see, she goes in. Big chase there by South Florida. Oh, and she's dumped uncomfortably on the deck. She'll be in a lot of pain, and the referee is going to come out and give that yellow card for the South Florida player. It seems Savannah Lewis, she's going to have 2 minutes in the naughty corner.
That's a costly mistake if you're trying to get back into this match.
As we see the second time so far today, we saw it happen. The ball not leaving the mark signaled by the referee. And Gowila will be upset with herself. Gowila, the junior from Colorado Springs, just making the error for Colorado Mesa, but they have the personal advantage. Just under a minute and a half left in this one. Colorado Mesa leads South Florida with the personal advantage. Ball comes back up the tunnel, signal the referee, and that ball needs to be hooked through the channel. As the referee just holds, there seems to be a substitution being made by South Florida. Just trying to make some changes, trying to see if they can pull the Houdini and pull the rabbit out of the hat for this one.
South Florida, backs are to the wall. Time's running out on them. Let's see if they can make something happen here, Kelson.
And that sideward push is their call by the referee. Taken quickly, driving the feet, going over there. And Colorado Mesa just stomped their ticket to the next round there. It's Carpiel, the big number 10. Was going over the right. There seems to be some sort of protest, seems to be knocked on the pickup. I'm sorry to say, it's going to be a 5-meter scrum. And oh, that's playing with your food, we will say, as Colorado Mesa was just a bit too nonchalant in putting the ball down.
Tough break there for Carpiel, but I still think Colorado Mesa has this one in the bag.
Penalty given here as Simons tries to tap this one quickly. The referee asking him to go back the 5-meter mark. Carpiel with a bit of reprieve, standing in the tackle. Oh, big hit there by South Florida into the hands of Burns. And Burns pops it off there to Gowila as she hits the deck. Room to the left if they can use the personal advantage. The ball pops out wide. South Florida, great desperation tackle. Back into the hands of this one, Stewart. And Stewart stretches, leans, looks to the AR just for confirmation. And Stewart will have the last say in this one, going over for her second in as many minutes. Colorado Mesa get the final score. 20 points to 0 over South Florida University.
Big victory there for Colorado Mesa. They look pretty good moving on.
Conversion unsuccessful, so the score remained 20 points to 0. And there you have it. Women's Division 2 game done and dusted here. Colorado Mesa over South Florida, 20 points to 0. Stay tuned, we'll have more rugby action. Right after break, we'll have Fairfield versus Mary Washington University. We'll be back shortly with more women's rugby action.
Get dirty!
Women's Division 2 rugby action is Fairfield versus Mary Washington. Fairfield pretty in pink here, and Mary Washington in the dark blue. I'm Kelson Figaro, joined by Mark Palmieri. And Mark, exciting stuff so far in this Women's Division rugby as we see the ball bobbling on the floor into hands of Fairfield. Show and go, and she's going to go over eventually to the floor there. That's Molly Muller gets the first try in this one.
That happened real quickly. And as we start this match, we've seen some very entertaining games from these ladies. And I've seen some very good athletes.
Women's rugby is on the rise, and we can see it here. Lots of participation by young women in these competitions over the years, and it will only continue to grow. As Fairfield gets himself going here, the kick unsuccessful. We're at the Maryland Soccerplex here for Division 2 Women's Rugby. Fairfield just take the lead quickly in this one. Just about a minute or so gone in this, and they take it quickly here over Mary Washington. As we see, they're going to get back going. Robertson to get us back going. Deep kick. Taken well by Mary Washington. Smashed in the contact. Oh, she was hit hard. The referee said a bit too high. Safety first, but big hits are first and a half. And you can see she barely getting off the floor with that big knock as Mary Washington has the ball, and Fairfield again comes in with a super aggressive tackle. They're trying to make a statement here. Fairfield, as they try to pinch this one, they wrap around the player there. As Speicher gets the ball going, spins the ball out into the hands of Ava Ward, and Ava Ward is too quick for Fairfield. She's going to go around the outside, and she's going to level the score with a kick to come. Ava Ward gets it going for Mary Washington.
Nice turnaround of events for Mary Washington. Off of that high tackle, they took advantage of the penalty, and number 15, she was off to the races, couldn't be caught.
Great turn of speed by Ward. Wrap around the outside. Chases weren't necessary. She was already over the try line by the time you blinked. Conversion successful. Mary Washington take the lead in this one, 7 points to 5.
Nice comeback there by Mary Washington. Looked like Fairfield was in charge there, and just like that, Mary Washington's back in it with the lead.
Ward just gives instructions before she lines up for this kick. Smashes this one deep and high, taking just off the 22-meter mark as Fairfield tries to run it back up the other way. Pop back on the inside, great jink, and step back on the inside there by Boas. Boas is still going, steaming through, eventually wrapped by the knees as they try to attack Fairfield, attacking the top side of the pitch. Athletically trying to pull that one out the air was O'Connor. Unfortunately, she don't have the basketball hands to reel that one back in.
Costly turnover there.
Speicher, the senior from Mary Washington University, is going to get us back going off the scrum. Cos spits out, and the Fairfield scrum half is on her in a heartbeat, driving her back a bit high for my liking, but Mary Washington holds possession and trying to go on the outside. Beats one, trying to beat the second one, taken down nicely. Great run there by Mary Washington, just short of the half. There as Ward shifts the ball out wide, looking for the room, deciding to go the route one effort, covered in a sea of purple shirts. As you see Mary Washington keeping possession, even though Fairfield is a bit aggressive, but pinched on the outside, illegally so, says the referee. As you see Ward try to take it quickly, she just slows it down, calm the nerves. As just under 2 minutes left in this one, ball shifts back out, Mary Washington in position, big left foot step, and streaking through the middle there. Is that not Speecher? But she's pulled down in the contact well there by O'Connor. Mary Washington with possession, penalty given as Ward taps it quickly, goes through the middle. They may not be back the regulation 10. We'll wait and see. Picks and go. Mary Washington is going to go over for another try. That's Greta Geese. Gets it down. The sophomore athlete gets it down for Mary Washington to push them further in front.
Very nice play. Heads up play there by number 15 for Mary Washington. That's a big try as time was winding down in the first half here.
Geese sharper to it. Looked up, saw no one defending the rock. Picked and go, added the second try. As Ward unable to score that conversion. So score remains 12 points to 5. Mary Washington just switches up the play here, being a bit more aggressive in the end with possession. Just about 30 seconds left in the first half, and they'll lead by a converted try over Fairfield University.
Mary Washington really turned it on this second part of the first half. It was all Fairfield at the beginning, and now Mary Washington in control.
What sends a long kick to the corners. May have gone out on the full. Just wait to see the AR decision. Doesn't seem to be the case. There seems to be the halftime has been called. I will see the players come onto the pitch. And there you have it as we go into the break. Mary Washington, 2 tries thanks to Geese and Ward. They are 12-5 up against Fairfield. We'll be back shortly for more second half action. Stay tuned. And we're back here for Women's Division 2 action here At the Collegiate Rugby Championship, it's Fairfield taking on Mary Washington. I'm Kelson Figaro alongside Mark Palmieri as we see Fairfield in the purple or pink, whatever color you think it is. I'm unsure on my end, but it's Fairfield who gets over for the first try of the second half. And they started the way they needed to. It's the number 5 for Fairfield is going to get it down. That's Katrin Robinson from Stuart Manor, New York. The junior gets it going for Fairfield.
Great way to get the second half started for Fairfield. So important to get that first try, get some momentum. They're back in it.
Conversion successful, and it's all tied up, 12 apiece. And that's what we look
a nice
about.
conversion from that side of the field.
That's what we talk about the 7's game. Anything can happen. Blink and you'll miss it. It's 12 apiece, all to play for in this women's section. Remember, the winner goes to the top tier bracket. The loser plays in the lower end as the ball is kicked back to Mary Washington. A bit too hot to handle for Haley Smith. They eventually get the ball going. It's Mary Washington and aggressively taken down, and the referee is not happy with that one, and it's going to see Grace Eberl from Buffalo, New York, the sophomore. She's going to spend 2 minutes in the bin as Ward gets us back going for Mary Washington. Gets us to Hansen, shifting the ball out wide. Solid contact by Fairfield. They're very aggressive coming off the break as Mary Washington try to go on the outside. One more person to beat. The stiff arm comes out, unable to get around as Joe Lent is taken to the deck, but Fairfield has it in the hands of Copy, and they're shifting the ball out wide as Fairfield goes around the outside. Number 14, I believe it is, getting on the wing there, testing the Mary Washington defense as it's a wrestling race to see who gets possession. The referee is unhappy with that one, and they're going to bring it back for the penalty. Here, as you see, Fairfield with possession. They're going to shift the ball out wide. Game all square. This possession can be key. No one wants it as the ball hits the deck. Looking for the space. Fairfield screws through the middle. Looking for the space. No one in front of her. And number 14 for Fairfield is going to get the go-ahead try. Don't have a name to that number, but number 14 for Fairfield pushes them in front.
Nice possession there by Fairfield. After they got the penalty, they took advantage of it, got a try, touched it down right under the goalposts.
Just riding the tackle, popping it off the deck. And support lines are essential in 7's rugby, and she just had the right support line there to get directly in the middle. Easy, or I say regulation kick if she can handle it. 19 points to 7 now. Fairfield in front and in control. Robertson sends one deep into the 22-meter area, taken by Ward. Ward shows the dummy, sends the defender in the air as Mary Roberts tries to get this one going once more. Mary Washington, gets this one going into the hands of the winger, brushing aside there. Jolene trying to get around the outside, pops it to the number 10, Speicher. As Mary Washington with possession, don't know where to go. A bit of confusion, a bit of jogging, trying to work their way up as Lent tries to get away on the wing, unable to, as Geese tries to score, gets it to Ward, and Ward skips past one tackle, pops it back to Geese. Geese standing and taking a big hit as the yellow card player is back onto the pitch. Big contact there again by Ward, and that's a bit too high, and that'd be flirting with danger just coming back on the pitch from a high tackle from before. As you see Joel Lent, the winger from Long Island, New York, the sophomore, gingerly getting up onto her feet. Ward punches this one into touch for a small gain, and it's going to be a line out to Mary Washington.
So Mary Washington Fairfield. They're in a tight battle here. Both teams back at full strength. Let's see what happens here this last minute and a half of the game.
Hammer sends it through and picked off by Fairfield. They are on the attack. They smell blood and they're gonna try to get this one going. Fairfield wrapping on the outside. One more player to beat. In, out, and away. Fairfield is gonna get themselves back further in front, extending the lead thanks to some silky work on the end of the pitch there. Fairfield getting their way going thanks to number 22. No name to that number, but great work there, in and out, weaving the magic. What can you say about that one, Mark?
That was a nice move by that winger, and that she has a lot of speed. Nobody could touch her, and that pretty much is going to put the victory for Fairfield University.
Conversion hitting the underside of the bar. 24 points to 12. Two-score game in it, just under 30 seconds. Big ask for Mary Washington to get themselves back in this one. As high fives all around by Fairfield. They think this one is in the bag as Robertson gets us back on the way. High kick. Not taken well in the end there by Lemani. Possession still in the hands of Mary Washington. Looking to work something out as Ward. Big right foot step. Gets away up the pitch, backdoor pass. Looked good from here, but unsuccessful. Fairfield will take this one. Knock on at the end of play. Hugs, smiles all around. Disappointment for Mary Washington. They look good in spurts, but that is the game done and dusted. Fairfield takes this one. 24 points to 12 over Mary Washington. We'll be back shortly with more women's rugby action.
It's been so much fun. I love getting to meet people from different schools and different experiences. It's been surreal with everything that we've gotten to do here.
I think my favorite memory has to be the flag bearing before the World Cup ceremony, like getting to walk out there.
And we're back here for Women's Division 2 action at the Collegiate Rugby Championships National 7's 2026 at the Maryland Soccerplex. I'm Kelson Figaro, joined by Mark Palmieri. And Mark, these women are playing excellent rugby today. And we have UW Eau Claire versus Syracuse. What can you tell us about this encounter?
But this encounter is similar to the other matches we have seen today. It's going to be entertaining. All the games have been close for the most part, and women are giving out great efforts. So I'm looking forward to see how this one ends up.
Yes,
looks like we're getting ready to start
here. Day 2 of the National Collegiate Rugby Championship. The women's division started today, and it seems to be Eau Claire getting us going with the kickoff. Big boot, Eau Claire in the blue, Syracuse in the familiar orange kits. I see Syracuse try to dance their way out of 22-meter area. Deep kick, tons of pressure. Syracuse grabbed by the collar. The referee says play on as the ball comes in the hands of Klein. Klein shifts the ball. Eventually, she's taken to the ground. Great counter rock there by Eau Claire, and they have possession now, and they're ready to strike. Shift the ball out wide into the hands there of Scatterboo. Tries to find Bloomquist. Bloomquist stops, checks again, brushes off one, and she's hammering her way up the pitch. Eau Claire with the possession now as the ball comes into the hands of Dexheimer, and Dexheimer pushes her way through, but the Syracuse player is on her feet and legal player to the ball as she taps it quickly, goes up the line, brushes off one defender, tries to bump off a third, and she makes her way all the way up to the 10-meter mark. Syracuse in possession, on the attack, trying to go on the outside. One more pass to the winger, steps on the inside, foot race. Who will get? Syracuse seems to be getting away with this one, and it's Lauren Chiano getting this one going from Clarence, New York. The junior gets it going for Syracuse.
Nice possession there by Syracuse. Kept the ball in play, up to an early lead.
And we see great work of the penalty. Syracuse ran an odd 80-90 meters for this try. Big carry up first, and then draw and pass. And it was a foot race between Chiano and Caitlin Moore. And Lauren Chiano gets it going for Syracuse.
Lauren Chiano with some nice wheels there. Get Syracuse on the board. Let's see if Wisconsin Eau Claire can counterattack.
Pollock takes her time. Just slices the kick. Doesn't go to regulation 10. So Eau Claire gets the opportunity to get this ball, and we see a bit of urgency from them. They want to get back in this one. They want to come out in the top bracket. As the ball is taken quickly there by Dexheimer. Grabs a lot of attention before shifting the ball out wide into the hands of Spanduni, and gets the ball back into the hands now of Beckkenny as they go back forward, and the person who started it all, Dexheimer, pushes away just short of that 5-meter line. Eau Claire with possession, but again it's that lady with the turnover. Need to get a number on that shirt, and she taps again. It's almost like a mirror image of what happened the try before, but Eau Claire is up and ready for this one. Pinch there, it seems. A big bump here, and she steamrolls over, gets the ball out to the wing, and it's Madison Cornell who gets the leveler with the kick to come if the conversion is successful. Eau Claire with the try, thanks to Madison Cornell.
Nice back and forth action there. And Eau Claire keeps it going, gets the try. Tough conversion kick. Let's see if she can make it.
Oh, just hits the crossbar. Doesn't go the right way. It can go either way. 50-50. That time didn't work in her favor. Still behind by 2 points, but they're showing their intent. It all started with Carla Dexheimer just rushing off that errant kickoff there by Syracuse, and they strike right back after the try from Syracuse as Eau Claire launches one high in the air, taken on the 22-meter mark, looking for room as Eau Claire presses hard up, trying to stop Syracuse from coming out of that red zone. Counter rock is illegally done. Sideward entry signals the referee as Syracuse gets the bump back going up to the 10-meter mark. Big don't argue there by Syracuse. She's off and going. Syracuse with a big fend there by Gabby Gonzalez. She just shrugged aside the defender. Eau Claire gets the ball back there. Thanks to great work there by Scatterbo. And Eau Claire gets the possession, shuts the ball out wide. Great pickup by the ankles, driving her feet, looking for the offload. She finds a runner, and Eau Claire with possession shifts the ball out wide by Benke. Run across the pitch on the halfway mark. The referee says No penalty advantage gained, and All Clear will get it back. It's offside signaled by the referee. All Clear will get an opportunity to suck in some air, and they're going to opt for the scrum. Is that the wise decision, Mark?
I think it is. I always think that it's easier to maintain your scrums as opposed to trying a line out. That was some great back and forth action there. This is a very entertaining match.
All Clear with the possession. Cornell to put the feed into the scrum. Just over a minute left in this one. Big shot by All Clear. Gets the ball out wide. Looking, probing, dancing through the middle. Almost got through. Wrapped up in the end. All Clear with possession. Blitz defense by Syracuse. Unable to pinch the turnover. As the ball cuts in the hand of Dexheimer, and Dexheimer is a handful, but Syracuse is quick to the breakgrounds ever so often, and they steal it yet again. Syracuse, the secondary tackler, really gets it going as we see Gabby Gonzalez smashes the ball up. The ball comes out now to Chiano, the try scorer, shuts the ball out wide. Great hands by Syracuse, but the big pickup and the big try by All Clear. As a counter ruck is coming through, Syracuse eventually gets the ball out to play. Untidy pass, but they eventually scoop it up just on the 10-meter mark. About 10 seconds left. Counter ruck is successful. All Clear with the ball. Dexheimer with the pass once more. She's been everywhere on the team today. As you see, Bloomquist goes in the contact. Tossed to the floor. All Clear with possession. Down by 2 points. Not much left in this first half. Big bump over there. There by Spadoni. No one there to the scrum eventually. Shifts the ball out wide. Must be room somewhere if they can use it. There's a player getting some attention on the pitch. As I see, Scatterbo gets the ball up just about the 10-meter mark. Holds her head. As I see, they take it quickly by Madison Cornell. Cornell shows a dummy. Can't Cornell go all the way? Doesn't back herself. Scoots out of the tackle. Taken well down there by the Syracuse number 9, Kimberly Talisi. All Clear still in possession. As you see, Cornell comes and acts as scrum half, shifts the ball out wide, gets to Scatterbo. Scatterbo moves up closer as we're into extra time and the tackler not rolling away. And it's that lady with the ball once more, Carla Dexheimer. She makes good yards. Syracuse is over this one, unable to get it. The counter ruck was almost successful. Big step there by Scout Spadoni, and she gets the go-ahead try for All Clear.
What a big try by University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. As time is definitely running out. They held possession on that ball, kept it in tight. And it pays off with a try at the end of the half.
Big work there. Weak tackles by Syracuse. Conversion unsuccessful. And I think we're going to go into the sheds at the halftime break here. 10 points to nil, All Clear over Syracuse in Women's Division 2 action here at the Maryland Soccerplex. We'll be back for more second half action. And we're back here for Women's Division 2 action. It's All Clear versus Syracuse. Syracuse in the orange kits, All Clear in the blue. I'm Kelson Figueroa, joined by Mark Palmieri, as the kick doesn't go to regulation 10, as All Clear is going to get this one good. Caitlin Moore going to take the quick tap for All Clear. Shifting the ball out wide, trying to get the room, trying to get the first score of this second half. Bloomquist is smashed to the floor there. As Moore gets the ball back in hand, looking for the extra pass. She finds it, wrapping around the try score, gets it. Spandoni, tries the exclusive backdoor pass. Doesn't happen. Caitlin Moore scoops it up. And it's Dana Unti acts as scrum half, as we see the wraparound there by Scattenbow, and Scattenbow is being chased vividly there by Kumapai, but Kumapai isn't quick enough, and Scattenbow gets it down for All Clear. Just taking a look at the speedsters and the foot race.
Caitlin Scatterbo's having a heck of a match. She's all over the pitch out there today. Clear out to a quick start in the second half.
15 points to 7 with a kick to come. Kick successful. 17 points to 7. A 2-score game. All Clear just extending the lead over Syracuse. First to score in the second half is very important for the psyche of the teams to just keep the momentum going from the first half.
Yes, it is. And they got off to a really good start there. And let's see if Syracuse can bounce back.
Cornell smashes one deep into tons of free space. The chase is on for All Clear. Picked up there by Bloomquist. She tackled into touch, but the referee signals high tackle. All Clear with the possession. They're going to tap it quickly. Let's see what happens here. And the referees have been pinging this all day today, Mark. Need to show a clear separation with the quick tap. Wasn't the right move. And it's going to be Syracuse with a put into the scrum.
Yeah, they're making that call tight.
When you speak to the referee, the match commissioners, there's certain things that they always look out for and ask the match officials to look for it. And that quick tap is one of the things it seems that they've been looking for.
Yeah, we've seen that call several times this weekend.
Lots of time today. Didn't see much of it yesterday, but they seem to be on the alert today as Syracuse gets to put in, stolen by All Clear. And they're going to try to get themselves back going. Shifting the ball to the center of the pitch, just looking to get to the outsides there, looking to find Bloomquist, into the Bloomquist. She's going to try to take everyone on your stops, goes, taken down just on the 22-meter mark. Excitement here for All Clear. They want to get themselves going. Syracuse trying to blitz defense on All Clear, and it worked out in their favor as you see Shepard goes over this one. Shift the ball wide, Syracuse in possession. Just jinking, weaving their way, going, driving their way up the pitch. All Clear over the top of this one. Stolen well. And the referee's going to call the penalty there. Great work over the top of the ball there by Margaret Benk. She gets it going. And she wins a penalty. And All Clear smartly chooses the scrum. They're going to try to suck in as much defenders as possible to create the vital one-on-one matchups.
They have a lot of room available on the left side. It's not a good idea taking the scrum down.
Okay, with the put in, the ball scoots out in the hands of Cornell. Cornell shifts the ball out wide to Widrig. Widrig shifts it to Bloomquist. Bloomquist on the quest to score another. She's pulled down eventually. Syracuse is over this one, but the rock is secured as Cornell shifts the ball out wide, finds Unti. Unti pumps the legs into the 22-meter area looking for the offload. All Clear in control of this one, brushing aside everyone, and that will be it. Caitlin Moore gets it all clear for All Clear in this one, adds another one onto the scorecards. All Clear in front by another couple tries.
Wisconsin, Eau Claire all over Syracuse in the second half. Good ball movement there. Put the try right underneath the post.
That's we talk about great support running. Just looked and read what was happening in front of her and she just timed the run more. Gets this one going. 24 points to 7. Just about a minute left and it's all done and dusted, we'll say, as Eau Claire seems to have their foot in the door to the next stage of this competition.
Yeah, let's see what Syracuse can do to finish off this match. They got an uphill battle for sure.
Eau Claire in the driver's seat as Cornell smashes a deep one. No one wants it, bounces high, eventually taken in by Ciano, but they're going backwards as aggressive defense comes in from Eau Claire. High tackle at the tap and go quickly. Syracuse, they're going to try to get it all the way, trying to go about 80 meters to the try line. Secure this breakdown, but time is not on the side. Less than a minute left in this one and 80 meters to go. As a wrap around here by Syracuse, trying to get around the outside there, unable to stretch the team, but Eau Claire is there for this one. Tackler not rolling away is the call, and Syracuse takes it quickly via Ava Pollock, and Pollock looks for the room out wide. Ciano shifts it, looking for room as they get it into the hands of Jade Mobley. A bit of a fumble just inside their half of the pitch. Mobley comes back to act at scrum off as Syracuse shifting the ball into the hands nicely, looking for the room out wide. Great continuity as they step inside this one. Shepard moves inwards, just creating the rock into the hands of Mobley. Mobley, gets tackled just on the 10-meter mark. Ball recycled well, and they're just about out of time, Syracuse, to really get a result changed out of this one. Great wraparound play on the switch. Two players just colliding there for Eau Claire. Syracuse with the player advantage if they can use it. Trying to go on the outside, just skin them, and they're going to get there. It also elusive try. Lauren Ciano gets her second of this match, but it's a little too late for Syracuse.
Yes, it is a little too late for Syracuse. They didn't give up. This Wisconsin Eau Claire team, those girls aren't very big, but they are very athletic. They move well. It'll be interesting to see as they move on.
Conversion successful, but there you have it, the final whistle. Eau Claire takes this one, 24 points to 14 over Syracuse in this Women Division 2 action. We'll be back after a short break, and this time we'll be switching to men's rugby action.
It's been so much fun. I love getting to meet people from different schools and different experiences. It's been surreal with everything that we've gotten to do here.
I think my favorite memory has to be the flag bearing before the World Cup ceremony, like getting to walk out there with teammates and bear our country's flag before watching our country play in the World Cup was an insane moment for me personally. One of my favorite memories is probably the bus ride back after we won our first game. It was kind of quick right after we got here, but we bonded really quick with everyone and it was a lot of fun and we celebrated and had a great ride back.
Hello and welcome back to the College Rugby Show. The fall season is upon us. We have a brand new division, now 4 men's divisions, 4 women's divisions. We've had that in 7's. We're going to be coming to you once every other week here in this video podcast form.
I'm excited for a season of telling college rugby's best stories.
We deserve to be here. We're going to keep, representing.
That was, to me, the biggest testament for the future of the game.